in the big game. That's right. All it takes is for one touchdown to be scored Sunday night, and boom, your money doubled. As if the game wasn't enough reason to party. With double the cash, you'll be celebrating until next season. And don't forget about DraftKings Big Game Prediction Challenge with up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs and instant prizes for everyone who enters the contest. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Sign up using code FANATIC to get a shot at doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in Sunday's game. That's code FANATIC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/prediction-challenge-DFS for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey, it's Anthony Gargano. Life's coming at us hard these days, right? We go 100 miles an hour. We feel stressed, run down. We're dehydrated, get headaches, body aches. We're working overtime to try to protect ourselves from getting sick. So I needed a positive way to recharge and refuel. Enter Exiva Vitamin Infusion Therapy. It's been a game changer for me. I love it. Imagine flooding your body with these vitamins, nutrients, amino acids, and hydration you need to boost your immune system, elevate your mood and your energy level, and replenish your reserves in under an hour. We're talking vitamins, nutrients, and hydration administered by a board-certified nurse at one of Exiva's modern infusion suites. It's amazing. I felt incredible. And I received my infusion, got a flat screen TV. I was reading. It was relaxing. Learn more about Exiva's vitamin therapies at Exiva.com. That's AXIVA.com. Exiva. Replenish, recharge, relief.
Every player matters, and finding the right person can make all the difference.
In 1999, the Indianapolis Colts traded Marshall Faulk to the St. Louis Rams for a second and fifth round pick. The move helped transform the Rams offense into one of the most dynamic in the history of the NFL. They became known as the greatest show on turf. Faulk won the NFL MVP in 2000, and the Rams went on to reach 2 Super Bowls, winning Super Bowl 34.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
When scouting talent, teams use all the tools at their disposal to determine the best fit for their rosters. LinkedIn Jobs works that way for your business. Post a job with targeted screening questions, and LinkedIn will quickly get your role in front of qualified candidates. Manage job posts and contact candidates from a single view as functions are streamlined onto one simple screen. And now you can post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
The 55th Super Bowl is this weekend, and DraftKings, the official daily fantasy sports partner of Super Bowl 55, has up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs. Download the DraftKings app and use code KJZ to enter the free $55 million Super Bowl Prediction Challenge. Everyone gets an instant prize up to $25,000 just for playing. That's code KJZ, only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Super Bowl 55. Terms, conditions, and eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Progressive Motorcycle presents Road Wisdom from the Motor.
Half man, half motorcycle.
If you missed a turn, there's always another turn.
Always.
Take it to get back to the turn you missed.
Use your turn signal.
Progressive Motorcycle also presents Roadside Assistance. Progressive Motorcycle for those who were born to ride. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Good morning, privates!
Good morning, Drill Sergeant!
I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping.
You seem to be in a good mood today.
Astute observation.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone?
Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has the technology, supplies, and furniture you need to upgrade your workspace at amazing prices.
Like right now, select chairs are 40% off.
Plus, when you buy any office chair, get 25% off all desks, file cabinets, chair mats, bookcases, and lighting purchases.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples. See staplesconnect.com
BetMGM.com for details.
Ends 2/27/21. In-store only while supplies last. Curbside available at most stores.
With Dunkin' delivering from more locations than ever, even a no time between conference calls kind of day can still be a delicious Dunkin' kind of day. Order now and get your faves brought to your door through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Price and participation may vary. Exclusions apply. America runs on Dunkin'.
When the winters are mild, the deals are wild. Gary Barbera knows how to sell a Jeep cheap. $199 down or $199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
BetMGM makes pro football's big game even more exciting with a special offer for new customers. All you have to do is simply sign up today and place a $1 moneyline wager on either team. Doesn't matter. And if your team wins, you'll receive $100 in free bets. Just use bonus code PatEgan100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Experience the big game like never before with the king of sportsbooks, innovative parlay selection features, boosted odds specials, a wide variety of props, and much, much more. I was hitting it hard last night with the Sixers game and also the hockey game. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com, and when you do, don't forget, use the bonus code PatEgan100 to win $100 if your $1 moneyline wager on either team in the big game is a winner. Bet with confidence at BetMGM on the most anticipated Sunday of the year. BetMGM Sports in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 97.5thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on radio.com. Live. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Oh, it is white outside. Everywhere. And it's going to be real bad this afternoon. Really bad this afternoon. I understand Cecily Tynan is going to the stilettos with the grip on the bottom of them.
Is that right?
She's going to wear the really like the snow gripping stilettos.
What are stilettos?
Seriously?
Are you serious? I mean, I know they're shoes, but what? Like, are they real high heel ones?
I'm not a shoe guy, a basketball guy.
Okay, I'm a huge fan of stilettos.
No, I knew they were high. I didn't know if it was.
Jamie, you a huge fan of stilettos?
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of stilettos.
What guy isn't?
I mean, seriously.
What do you mean? I just
wanted making sure.
Oh, my gosh.
I just call them high heels.
I'm telling you.
What?
We will later on during the storm, by the way, today. Be sure to be following on our social media at 97.5 JK Show and at John Kincade Show on Instagram. We will all audition to replace Adam Joseph if he can't make it into work. Not replace America's sweetheart Adam Joseph. Let's make that clear.
Fill in. Okay.
If for some reason, if Adam couldn't make it in.
Right.
If for some reason he couldn't make it in.
You're going to get pissed off this afternoon.
Why's that?
You are, trust me. Now, you haven't been back up here in a while. Okay?
Why?
All right, so around 3 o'clock, it's going to be snowing real hard, and you're going to be in your hotel room, and we all might be hanging out. Well, we'll have to leave you at 3. But you'll go to put on your soap opera, and I guarantee that 6 ABC will be doing storm coverage. Oh. And you will not see your story today.
Where else am I going to get the stories about the guys at the Salty Bow ready for the roads?
Okay, here's what I will here's what I will say right now.
Those are always painful and everything, by the way.
Hey, we're here, and we're going to do what we do every time, and that's salt these roads and plow them.
They're worse than Nick Sirianni's presser.
Adam Joseph, you listen up right now. I don't mean to be scolding. If Cecily Tynan is listening, I will try to be more polite. Do not feel the need to preempt General Hospital today. I'm in a hotel.
I'm out.
Just seriously, do not.
I'm out on General Hospital. I'm done.
Why?
It sucks anymore. It's so bad.
The amnesia storyline is stupid.
The whole thing is dumb.
But I'm telling you this.
You're not going to see it today, John. Trust me.
Adam and Cecily, I will come and pelt live shots with snowballs.
We're not
right
far.
Down the street.
Yeah, we can do it.
I'm right down the street. I will bring snowballs. I will heckle live shots if they preempt General Hospital.
I had some buddies in college that went to St. Joe's, and they would go and tailgate out Cecily's shoots on City Line.
Go on out.
Try to grab a couple beers and sit
I think Dave Roberts was the first person that did that back in the day.
What, going outside in storms?
Was the first one. Jim O'Brien, I never remember Jim O'Brien being out on City Line Avenue. Never. I remember Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts was one of the first ones out there.
It's become such a great trend, hasn't it?
What about
that
Murphy,
the weather
too?
people.
They put Murphy out there too in the snow.
Not really.
He's a
Murph's
Bonner
an
guy,
inside
right?
guy. Is he? I don't know.
I think he's a Bonner guy.
Chris Sauer still gets out there because he's a rook.
I love it. So it works. Get him on
Actually,
out
he's not
there.
a rook,
Should
but-
be fun. In the linchpin today, this all plays to my Philadelphia nostalgia point of view, and I have no idea why there'd be any nostalgia attached to this athlete.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, so it came up over the weekend that J.J. Redick could be on the move to a northeastern team, i.e. Philadelphia or Brooklyn.
Why? Why northeastern?
I am not.
They have a house in Brooklyn.
Yes, he lives in Brooklyn. He lives in the Etsy warehouse building.
So they're
real.
They have young twins.
So they're saying to him, "Where do you want to be?"
Basically.
Then why did he sign with New Orleans?
Money.
Great question.
Exactly.
Money.
When is enough enough?
Seriously.
I don't know.
At what point?
Give me a lot and I'll figure it out.
Oh, this is a lynch saying that. My God.
I'm not clamoring to get J.J. Redick back. Like, if they can get him for absolute minimal giving up, like whatever you have to give up to get him, if it's bottom of the barrel value, sure, I'll take him as my bench shooter. But if it's anything of substance, I'm out.
Mike Scott.
See ya.
Oh, yes.
See you to the deal or see you to Mike Scott?
See ya, Mike Scott.
See you, Mike Scott.
Okay.
But anything like above that, like if, God forbid, I don't think it would ever get there because we have Daryl Morey at Stewart, but like a Tyrese Maxey, like get the hell out of here.
No.
Even, like anything of substance, no.
Pat, what part of J.J. Redick wasn't exposed in his game in postseason basketball in his Sixers career? What part of the deficiency of his game wasn't already exposed to us?
We already knew that.
But
we already knew he wasn't a defensive stalwart, but this team is so good defensively that they can afford to have a J.J. Redick. And to Jamie's point, if you're not giving up much for him, if you're giving up Mike Scott, if you're giving up a second-round pick, does it hurt to have that guy coming off the bench?
See, I think this is a Brooklyn move written all over it.
Probably.
Because they've pushed all their chips to the table.
Yeah.
Right to the center of that table.
Yeah.
So to me, this screams of a Brooklyn move. Oh my gosh! And by the way, Brooklyn isn't working. Isn't that shocking? Isn't it shocking that it's turning into a soap opera?
Yeah, like look, JJ, he could help the second unit. I think this might be where you're going. Like the spacing that Howard, Simmons, Thibault, those guys, they kind of get log jammed. So he could bring some value to the team.
Oh, I have no problem. And it's funny because remember last week we talked, I think one of our subject matters was we talked for years about what the Sixers need, and it was shooting. What do they need now? And we didn't really say anything. We didn't really come up with anything. It wasn't that we were saying, oh, they're good where they are, but there was no real need. But now the first time that something kind of comes up, it's shooting again. And yeah, him on that second team with Shake Milton doing all the dribble penetration that he does, spot up JJ, might not be bad.
So you do believe, Egan, I want to know everybody on the record with this, because he is incredibly deficient on the defensive side of the ball, which we understood. But it cost them in playoff series.
Yeah, but once again, they're better defensively now than they were then, and he's better than Furkan Korkmaz. This isn't the best time to put some slander on Furkan's name, I realize that, but...
I'm glad you pronounce it.
Well, I mean,
it's very difficult for me sometimes to stumble over these things. Jamie, so you're of the belief that as long as this team has enough covering for J.J. Redick.
Yeah, I don't even think he'd be the best shooter on the team anymore, and that's a luxury to even say those words. I'm cool with it, but don't give up anything. Yeah. Anything.
And a familiarity factor can be a good thing.
Sure.
Like, none of us love...
Joel loves him.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to bring up. The dribble high handoff, all that stuff. Like, it kind of worked for Redick.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, and there's not a better pick setter. I wouldn't do the dribble, but I would do the high handoff with a Dwight Howard. Because he sets monster picks. So I could see Redick coming off of that. Yeah, putting him on the second unit, I'm okay.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years with the area's largest selection of all-natural pet foods, treats, and supplies to keep your furry loved ones happy and healthy. Yeah, you visit PetsNatural.com, PetsPlusNatural.com, PetsPlusNatural.com, and take care of your pets. Do your pets like being out in the bad weather?
Oh, yes. Bootsy goes nuts.
Really? Loves it?
loves it. And I feel...
Bootsy. No, I thought Bootsy was your aunt.
Yeah, no, that's Wheezy.
Wheezy, yes. Bootsy and Wheezy are coming over. Let's
Bootsy,
make sure.
she's got a bum ACL, so I can't let her off the leash a lot because we didn't go the surgery route. We went the rehab route. So I can't let her. It kills me to not let her run wild.
Do you want me to hook you up with Rothman Orthopedics?
Do they do dogs?
I'm not sure. I can check with the folks at Rothman.
Give it a try. An ACL is an ACL.
Seriously. I'm sure they would take care of it.
My dog will not, if she sees rain, if she sees snow and goes to the back door, it's like, yeah, right. Why would I do that? No, yeah. No, my son rescued her. Our oldest son, Bobby, rescued this dog at 5 years old. The dog was 5 years old. We've had her for a couple of years now. She's got issues. Like, she goes crazy over people. Like, she'll bark at people. You can't even have her around. And it's a mix pit bull, Boston Terrier. It's called an American Bully. She's got some strength to her. So
she's a muscle.
Yeah, it is. It's one big solid muscle.
Does she scare
she scares me. Like, I wouldn't.
I didn't find her intimidating.
Oh, no, she's not. No.
But she's just one big muscle.
That's right. I forgot you met her. She is, oh my God, it's like a potbelly pig.
Yeah, my dog does not like the rain, loves snow.
Snow's fun.
Loves it.
Snow's the best.
Snow is so much fun.
And seeing a dog have enjoyment in the snow there's nothing better than that.
I can't wait to see Nikki Foles when she gets up there.
Oh, she's never seen snow.
Well, no, she saw snow in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
We had snow last December of 19.
Yeah, you had an inch.
December of, no.
Closed down for 10 days.
No, we had 6 inches.
Oh, really?
We had 6 inches, but it was gone the next day. It was gone. We were 65 the next day or whatever. But we made a snowman.
Oh, nice.
It came down and it crashed.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to making a snowman with Skylar.
Oh my gosh, it's so
much fun. I got the snowman kit with the nose and the pipe and.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Really? We will. By the way, at 8:00 today. Be sure to be listening here on the John Kincade Show. We have a special announcement of an amazing, amazing way you can get in on a contest that we will have for the Super Bowl coming up this week.
Yes, big week.
Ready for it.
Super Bowl week.
So be listening for it all week long. All right. I believe, even though we've got snow, I believe we also have a little dirty laundry this morning.
Oh, let's air out our dirty laundry.
Who's the victim this morning of dirty laundry? I had a request that a dirty laundry segment was necessary, so speak up, offended party. Speak up.
I'll let you go, Pat.
Yeah.
You brought it to light this morning.
Okay. Bob, you go first because I think your problem leads into my problem.
It's like an intervention.
I was disappointed that Jamie didn't stay over with us last night. You know, I understand you got the family and all, and I would never begrudge you on that. But, you know.
Sounds like that's exactly what you're doing.
It's a pretty good bonding moment last night. You know, we were doing pizzas and beers at 5 o'clock.
Pizzas, beers.
Oh, my God.
It's enjoyable.
My
wife
made me a chicken stuffing baked potato platter that I had as soon as I got to the room. And then I went up to John's room a couple hours later, and we had some more pizza and wings. And, Jamie, you were sitting at home.
By the way, the pizza place, they're not an advertiser, but it was
awesome.
Really good pizza.
Yes. And that bled into this.
That bled into this.
Yeah. Well, we come in after being abandoned by Jamie, our brother in arm. And I look over, and I every morning I sit next to him for our pre-show, and he's got Wawa. I go, you don't text any of us? Hey, do you want something from Wawa? You know that we're not passing a Wawa. You know where we're staying. You know that we might be hard up for food. You stop off at Wawa, you get something for yourself. You don't text the group. Hey, does anybody want me to pick something up? I thought it was rude.
There was somebody who was,
It's
it was rude.
So here's what you do. You make a right on Belmont, and it's about a mile down the road.
We're not going to go down the road a mile.
I'm just saying, it's
you
right
want
there.
Us to backtrack.
That's the beauty of Wawa. It's convenient. It's everywhere.
You want us to pass by our work.
Pass by work, go, and then backtrack
because you're too inconsiderate to just send a simple text.
Simple text.
Simple mile.
And there's a good chance that we're all going to say, no, we're good.
But the simple text is,
here's my issue with Jamie right now.
I did that 3 weeks ago for you, John.
And that's my problem.
When I said, how good does this sound? Would you like anything from Wawa?
That's my problem. He's done it before. He's sent the text before. You've set a standard, Jamie, that when you go to Wawa in the morning, because you don't do it all the time, you text the group, do we want anything? And the one day that you knew that we the one day that we knew none of us were going to pass a Wawa, you decide, you know what? Screw those guys. and I'm flying
By
on
the
my
way,
helicopter.
how was Wawa? Open.
It was great, yeah.
And full selection.
Got a breakfast burrito and some half and half.
See, that would have felt good this morning.
Yeah.
Now, all right, two things. Sit back, judge, and jury here. Inconsiderate is a little tough of a word, I think. Like, all right, so I'll just leave that at that.
Oblivious is the word I'm using.
Yeah,
Oblivious
and Jamie,
to the feelings
if
of
you're
others.
being honest with yourself, you feel a little bad.
I could have offered, yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't dawn on me at the time. Now looking back on it.
And he made it in
probably
earlier
should have.
than any of us, so he even had the extra time.
Oh, sure.
And he went in there. He could have.
I woke up like an hour earlier than normal today.
He could have rummaged around the aisles, foraged up some stuff for all of us, but no.
It's something you put in your back pocket.
I should have gotten some donuts or some coffee rolls.
I think it would have been good. I think it would have been a good idea.
In hindsight, if I could do it over again, I would do it differently.
Okay.
That's all we were looking for,
That's
Jamie.
what we're looking for.
Hey,
We'll sleep in there.
Self-awareness.
Yes.
That's all we were looking for.
And by the way, it's. I think it's a positive thing for Jamie. I think you should take this as a positive thing that we're mad at you for not staying over.
Yes.
It's better than the opposite where you walk in the room. Like last night, I walked in the room and immediately Bob turned to John and said, "Who invited him?"
I like that.
My thinking was I didn't want to spend 2 nights at the hotel, so if I thought today would be more apt for the hotel stay, so that's why I prepared for that.
By the way, so I've stayed a lot at Hilton's. There's been a lot of traveling back and forth. So I got upgraded because you get upgraded. You buy the room and then they upgrade you.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the big room. My room doesn't have a fridge. My room has a cooler.
Oh, good for you.
A cooler?
A cooler.
Got one of those like little Playmate coolers.
No, it's it looks like a fridge, but it's a cooler.
Huh?
It's not a fridge.
The guy tried to, so John called down and said, can you get somebody up here? It's not cool. Like, it wasn't cold for a refrigerator. And the guy comes up and he's like, well, this is more for wine.
This is a.
And we're like,
there's no fridge.
What? He's got a wine fridge. He doesn't have a real fridge.
I don't have a real fridge. It's
That's
like
so
it's
weird.
I said, and by the way, their rooms have it.
That's bizarre.
So I've got this big. It's a big room.
Yeah, it's good size,
and
yeah.
it's a good view of the Philly waterfront. I thought, but it's the water treatment plant.
The water reservoir.
I'm looking at the water treatment plant, which is very nice. But really nice. Hey, you may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose our friends from Bradford White. So. Bob, weather comes into a memorable sports moment for you today.
Well, so yeah, it was funny. I think there is a recent game in Philadelphia that happened that was weather related that, we all remember very well when the Eagles beat the Lions, when that storm came and Shady McCoy went off. But yeah, I was wondering among you guys, because I have one, is there a game that just sticks out in your head that was either affected by, snow, natural disaster, whatever it may be, outside elements came into play that really sticks in your head?
Falcons, Eagles, NFC title
game. Oh.
The NFC title game.
Yeah.
For the 2005 trip to the Super Bowl, January of 2005.
I was there.
It was so cold.
Were you really?
The blizzard hit the day before.
Yeah. My beers froze. Because, you double fist. I put one in the cup holder. By the time I would get to that, it would be frozen.
The
it was
blizzard,
beer slushy.
We did not. I sat in the stands, so I came up, did my show, and we literally beat it in before the blizzard. I mean, we were the last flight.
Awesome.
We were last flight. By the way,
the tailgate was awesome.
I have never in the history of flying have I lost my bag. My bag, which I'm checking in Atlanta to fly to Philly before the Eagles and the Falcons, gets lost. My bag got lost.
Ooh, was this equipment or personal?
No, my bag, my suitcase.
Equipment.
All right, time out. I have a reason for this.
That I shipped.
His suitcase full of stilettos.
So I literally had my clothing, but I'm flying up for Eagles, Falcons, and I'm flying from Atlanta. And my bag mysteriously gets lost and gets sent to the wrong.
You think it was sabotage?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Why couldn't you just have a carry-on? Why did you have to check a bag?
Yeah, how long were you here?
How long? Yeah, how many days were you here for? This is what I'm getting at.
3 nights.
3 nights and you had to check a bag?
Yeah, because I had to have winter clothes that I didn't have. I'm coming from Atlanta. I didn't have winter clothes. I didn't have winter clothes.
The winter clothes does.
It does. Yes, it does. I had boots. I had boots.
There's a little leeway there.
I had boots. I had hats. I had gloves. I had all this stuff that I don't normally have. You saw the bag I have in my room here.
Okay. All right. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
A little small bag. But guess what? You needed that. That was brutal.
That was really cold.
I did not sit that entire game.
That was a Saturday night game, right?
Yeah, we stood.
No, it was Sunday.
Was it? I thought it was Saturday night.
It was
Sunday
so
afternoon.
much fun. I think it was
Sunday afternoon.
4:25.
No, it was 3. It was the 3:15.
Okay,
So
yeah.
when they started to do the 3:15, 6:30s, and it was 3:15, and it was cold.
That was one of my all-time favorite tailgates. So much snow, just drunk people in the lots throwing
gosh.
snowballs
They
around.
paid people like $10 an hour or something to come help shovel out the stadium. I think the day before.
Yeah, the one guy got frostbite.
The blizzard,
right?
the blizzard was terrible. I mean, and it came in and it was falling like 2 inches an hour, something like that.
Yeah.
It was one of those. I'm hoping we don't have more of that today.
Mine was the Oakland A's Dodgers. Was it the Dodgers?
It was the Giants.
That's right, the Giants.
89.
When I remember sitting down in my parents' basement and sitting down to watch the game, and the earthquake happened. It was like, oh my God. Yeah, that was
an earthquake during the World Series.
It was
Before
and
game
people
1, right?
fretting for their lives, and then showing the Bay Bridge and seeing the damage it was done like that. That was spooky.
It is spooky.
The Eagles-Vikings game that was postponed to Tuesday night, and then
I was working that
And they failed to show up.
And Joe Webb ended up winning the game for the Vikings.
The Sunday Night Football crew hated the city of Philadelphia.
Because of that?
Because they all got stranded here an extra 3 days. And they did not, nobody agreed with the game being canceled.
It was ridiculous.
When me and a buddy showed up to the trucks, they'd be like, really? This is how you guys handle snow? This is the deal? And I was like, I got nothing. I don't know.
You're right. The FU Money keyword comes your way at 8 o'clock this morning. Your chance to win some cash. If you are out on the roads today, by the way, you can check in with us anytime. We want you to have 2 hands on the wheel. Be sure to be using your hands-free device, but you can call us at 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975.
Shout out to the plow drivers. The roads were in great conditions today. You guys are killing it. Keep it up.
Keep it up. Coming up, this guy's deal means that this guy's deal might be more complicated. What am I talking about? Stay tuned. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, guys, you know what you need to do this weekend? You need to celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team and get 55-1 odds when Tampa Bay and Kansas City play next Sunday. That's right. You can bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. Who do you go with? Is it the greatest of all time in Tom Brady or the greatest playing the position right now in Patrick Mahomes? Got to take a look at it. You know, I've been betting football all season long on FanDuel, and I love all the different things you can do. Yeah, you can bet teams and different things that way, but also pick players. Any player that you like. You can get over-unders on them, touchdowns, great stuff going on. The app is so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials, and my favorite feature, the same-game parlays where you can get a massive payout. There's no better time than now. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Bob to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Bob. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on designated Boost Market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Uh-oh. Looks like I'm in for a bad hair day.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Stop getting ripped off. Just stop it. Don't let it happen to you. Stop getting ripped off. Stop getting fooled. Hi, I'm Steven Singer, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. Why am I so hated? Because we expose other jewelers that overcharge and underdeliver, and especially other websites. Let's face it, any idiot with a laptop can start a website. Doesn't matter if they lie to you, don't deliver what they promise, they mislead you, or just plain rip you off. Here's what I'm talking about. The only place you can find an authentic, real, long-stem, 24-karat Steven Singer roses is at, well, Steven Singer Jewelers. That's it. We are real jewelers who only have real jewelry, real diamonds, and real 24-karat gold dip roses. Don't fall for copycats. You're just too smart for that. There's only one place that has one price and the world's best guarantees and fast and free shipping. It's at IHateStevenSinger.com. Here is the real deal from a real jeweler. Steven Singer Jewelers is the only jeweler in America that's been featured in the Wall Street Journal, been interviewed on Bloomberg's American Dream, won the Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award, and more importantly to you, it's the only place you can find authentic, real, long-stem American beauty roses, lavishly and deeply dipped in pure 24-karat gold, a gift that'll really last forever, just like your love. So go to the most hated jeweler in America to get one of America's most loved gifts. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Free shipping, free custom love note from you. Magnificent gift packaging, and it all starts at just $59. Go now to IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven Singer Jewelers. One place, one price.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
Saving money can seem daunting. So most of the time, we don't think about it. And since we don't want to think about saving, we don't save. But now, with an Easy Start certificate from Navy Federal Credit Union, you can keep not thinking about saving while actually saving. With recurring transfers, you automatically save money each month without ever thinking about it. It's an easy start to saving. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Insured by NCUA.
Hindsight is 20/20, and 2020 was a brutal year that for most of it felt out of control. But you know how you can be in control? You can be in control of your job, your career. Yes. In 2020, my computer career helped more people start IT careers than ever. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Take control. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Assurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Carmen's startup found an angel investor, but now they're asking for a miracle from her development team.
Hello, this is Carmen. That's exciting news. I guess we could launch early.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facility safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The thing about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. We probably don't even need the words, the Name Your Price tool, to tell you that our Humpback Whale Pup gives you options based on your budget, or that our novelty hand buzzer helps you save on car insurance. And that's the thing about the tiny felt bag filled with marbles. At this point, you've heard a lot of ads about the elusive northern bobcat. The Name Your Price tool, the neighbor who baked you banana bread, only from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Let's face it, football fans. 2020 was kind of like...
Ouch.
But Unibet Sportsbook is betting 2021 is going to be a bit more like... And it starts with a big game. Sign up for $20 free today, $21 on game day, and two $250 risk-free bets. Let's do 2021 better. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, everybody, it's John Kincade. And you know, I've been using a little extra time now to learn how to cook, to learn my way around my old hometown. There's so many new roads around here, and I'm constantly using my T-Mobile phone. And you know why it's so easy for me to use it? Because it's got the best network. Since T-Mobile and Sprint merged, the best network is right here in my old backyard of Philadelphia that I'm starting to learn all about again. Plus, with my wife and daughter down in Atlanta, I constantly have to stay connected. I need a reliable network. I want to be able to FaceTime, and I want to be able to use all those apps on the phone while I'm watching sporting events at night. You get the idea? My T-Mobile device never lets me down because I've got the best network, and I've been a customer with T-Mobile since day one. You can use your phone in more places everywhere you go. I want you to make the switch to T-Mobile today. Visit T-Mobile.com to learn more. Get into one of their local area stores. And remember, coverage is not available in some areas. Tell them Kincade sent you.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No, your radio's not broken. We sound like this on purpose.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
If you're hunkered down at home, or if you're out on the roadways, we'd love to get a scouting report from you. 7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show, brought to you by my sportsbook app of choice, the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. Download at parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. And yesterday afternoon, as Bob Cooney and I were talking about getting ready to watch the Sixers and the Flyers last night, I was able to, I said, I'm going to go to the app and I'm just going to put a few dollars on the games.
Yes,
and
you did.
Makes them more interesting to watch. And I was convinced that the Sixers were going to win last night. I was convinced that it was going to be the game when we knew Embiid wasn't playing. I said, at some point, that trend breaks. By the way, that is what they tell you to never do in wagering. No, keep
there
saying,
are rules in wagering? I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of them is stop making bad bets, thinking it's time that the bad bets end. But I was convinced last night was going to be it. Somebody's going to sleep on the Sixers a little bit and let one slip away.
Well, I felt bad because at halftime, I don't know if you heard Connor say this.
Terrible.
Connor turns to me and he says, I don't know, I'm thinking of taking the Sixers +7 here for the game.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know, dude. And then Connor and I went back to my room to watch the end of the Flyers game, and he all of a sudden grabbed his phone and was like, oh, my God, the Sixers are within 4. And then we started to take an interest in that, and what a game that was.
It's great. I mean, it was a great night. Great night. We start the 7 o'clock hour, though, with a few words, and one of them is, if the Rams had to pay that to unload Jared Goff and his contract, I want you to set expectations right for any chatter that potentially comes up about Carson Wentz deals. The question should be now, do the Eagles just bite the bullet and dump Wentz off on anyone willing to assume that contract? My guess is no one will be willing to assume that contract, so you're going to have to throw in something significant. Better yet, it's to try for the Eagles to try and make that happen. I don't know what they're going to have to put on the table right now. I repeat, I do not desire for Carson Wentz to be shipped out of town. I want him to work this out and for him and Nick Sirianni to come up with a beautiful working relationship. It appears he might just be staying, though, here because he has to. And if he stays because he has to, that might be the biggest indictment of all of them for this story. Man, word salad this morning. Jamie Lynch, Bob Cooney, Pat Egan, the coach Eric Camille. I'm John Kincade. It is the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And Jamie, if he has to stay, if Carson Wentz has to stay because of what it would take to unload him, major draft capital, the Rams gave up a lot just to have somebody take their quarterback off him. Now, they were getting Stafford in return.
Yeah.
But they were getting like a 3-year window with Stafford, maybe?
Probably.
Productive? Right.
Yeah.
He's been beaten up.
Yeah, he's taken a beating in his career. It'll be interesting to. I am, as a football fan, not being an Eagle fan, I am very interested in watching Stafford and McVay. And apparently they had a weekend in Cabo together where they're really kicking their relationship off on the right foot. Not bad, right? So where's Nick and Carson's trip to Cabo? Maybe Nick should take Jalen and Carson somewhere and hash it out like men and figure this out. But I don't believe he's going anywhere.
You don't believe that?
Like, I believe Doug Peterson took a stand on Press Taylor Hill, but I also believe that they needed a fresh face for Carson because they're trying everything before they move on from him.
Would you have done that deal if you were the Eagles?
Gotten Stafford and given out that capital?
Two 1s and a 2, I think, or 2 1s and a 3.
And they're taking Wentz's contract.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal.
I don't know. The Rams might be more of a win-now team than the Eagles right now.
Now, remember, the Detroit general manager just left the Rams organization.
Right.
So there was the relationship there already with the Rams, and he already knows Jared Goff.
Well, that's big.
He scouted Jared Goff. He was one of the people that helped to bring Jared Goff to that organization. So there was a connection there. I said, I've known the Rams GM since he was an intern with the Falcons. And from what I'm gathering, there was zero interest in trying to make anything work with Carson Wentz was never on their radar.
Right.
Was never on their radar. They weren't going to do something like that because people said, well, why wouldn't you swap Wentz for Goff? Mainly because of the fact that Sean McVay would have had zero interest in Carson Wentz.
I'm surprised that you hesitate when I say if you were the Eagles, would you do that?
Well, you
get Stafford for a couple of years.
Yeah, but you're in a rebuilding phase, so giving up draft capital is scary to me.
You got to rebuild this organization.
Yeah.
You need an influx of young talent coming through.
I would have been screaming bloody murder.
Yeah, you're right.
If they made a deal like that,
you're right.
The Rams have, Aqib Talib and some really good play. Aaron Donald, they're
in a win now mode.
Yeah,
too.
and they're. I don't know. Maybe McVay really felt like Goff was holding them back, and if they have a chance to win, you push all in.
There was a huge falling out.
Or Jalen Ramsey. What did I say?
Aqib Talib. There was a huge falling out between Jared Goff and his coach. Very similar to what happened with Carson Wentz and his coach, unless people try to spin a tale that there was not a problem between the two of them.
No, I think I said 2 weeks ago, Steve Weish from the NFL Network reported that they needed a marriage counseling. And then that happened really quick. But if you're the Eagles, if I was a Rams fan right now, I'd be livid. They don't have a first-round pick until 2023. They haven't had one, I think, since they took Jared Goff. They're really mortgaging their future. They haven't won. That's a bad deal. I mean, just make it work.
It is. I listened on the app to ESPN 710 in L.A. to hear a little bit of the Pat, though, they couldn't disagree with you more. They're thrilled.
What do they know?
They're thrilled to have Matthew Stafford coming to town. They are thrilled to be rid of Jared Goff.
How thrilled do you think Matthew Stafford is?
Oh, he's
oh my gosh,
jeez, he's so happy.
And one of my first thoughts was, wow, Detroit really did good on this, right? Get all these draft picks back and everything.
I think it's a really good deal for Detroit.
But then I thought, but it's Detroit. It's if any other team got it.
It's new leadership.
Good point.
And Dan Campbell's going to be biting people's kneecaps, so,
That's true, yeah.
But Jared Goff, if you're Detroit, that's a really good deal because you still have a former and producing number one overall pick, and then you get the draft capital on top of it. I think it's a good deal for both teams, oddly.
They are. It is strange, though, because Jared Goff, so Jared Goff to this point, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz. Who's been better?
Probably Goff's been more consistent. Wentz had the one really good year.
And Wentz got the ball to the 25-yard line or 20-yard line for Foles to be able to take it in and win a Super Bowl. So I got to think that the Wentz tenure has actually been better.
I would slightly say Wentz, but Goff also went on the road to New Orleans and Seattle and got playoff wins. So I don't want to discredit that. Okay. And he did make a Super Bowl.
He did.
So I if my gun to my head, I'm slightly taking Wentz, but it's pretty damn close.
Okay, this report sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $4. Have you been wronged by a bad breakfast? Well, get the breakfast you deserve with Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $4. Now on select breakfast sandwiches. Justice is served at participating Wendy's for a limited time only, single item at regular price. In Cooney's Corner, we celebrate a little Sixers from the weekend.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
I saw a tweet from somebody this weekend that said Joel Embiid is quickly approaching the most unstoppable player in the NBA.
Correct.
Awesome.
And people, you can read that and say and move on, but I read it and was like, wow, that's pretty good. And seeing what he did on Friday night, getting 37 points in 25 minutes or whatever it was, and the way he did it, his footwork is at a new level. He's doing things I swear I never thought I'd see him do. He did a Hakeem shimmy for a jump shot, right? His drop steps are unbelievable. He's beating guys off the dribble, and it's fast. It's not the laboring dribble, back to the basket. He gets stripped and go the other way. This coaching staff, I think the best job that they've done with him is getting him to recognize where and when double teams are coming, because he's making moves before it comes, or he's picking up the ball, facing it, and getting rid of the ball, making defenders that are doubling run back to their guy, and then getting the ball back again. He's approaching unstoppable as much as anyone in the league. And my question is, When was the last time Philly had a player that was as dominant as he's being right now?
It's dominant.
2001.
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson. That's got to be it.
And I'm not just talking basketball.
Right? That's got to be the. That is the truth.
No, if you're talking all four sports or just Sixers.
No, all four sports.
Then Ryan Howard's more.
Yeah.
More
Ryan
recent
Howard
than
was
that.
the most recent one. Yeah.
I mean, that 5-year
9,
span was historic in terms of MLB numbers that he was putting up.
I watch what Embiid's doing this year, and I just think how much Brett Brown might have held him back.
I swear to you. That is exactly what I have written down.
I don't know.
It was what I have written down. Brett Brown held him back.
I don't think he held him back. I think that was youth. Like it takes usually to a 5th year in the NBA until you get to that MVP level. I can't put that all on Brett.
Okay, his game though, Bob, as you're pointing out, his game, his toolbox, his skill set. Looks like there was, in a toolbox when you take off the rack where up at the top, and you take it off, and then there's that whole bottom area where you got all the other tools.
Right.
It's as if he's taken the lid off.
Yeah, I think there's a combination of things here.
Yeah,
and
like
I
maybe
agree.
some, but I can't put it all on Brett.
Yeah, no, because I do put some of it on him.
Sure.
And I told you guys the last couple of years I didn't like his scheme at all. But they've now surrounded him with shooters. I think that is massive in what he's able to do in what I just diagrammed there. And I think Doc Rivers' scheme is incredibly conducive to how he wants to play.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons I do put a lot of blame on Brett is he's having fun again.
Yes.
Like he wasn't having fun last year. He said it. It was obvious on the court. And this is one of the reasons why I thought they should have fired Brett Brown mid-season last year.
Hey, come on. That wasn't Brett's doing that Joel sulked because Jimmy Butler wasn't here. That was on Joel and Joel only. I'm not putting the fun on Brett Brown's shoulders.
Well, I'll tell you this.
I didn't know we had such a Brett Brown defender.
I'm going to tell you.
I mean, come on, let's not crap on the guy. Like
I will crap on the guy. He wasn't a good coach.
He wasn't a bad coach.
He wasn't a good coach.
Wait a minute.
Well, hold on.
This is getting out of control. I mean, we're crapping on Brett Brown because Joel Embiid wasn't having fun.
You don't win 50 games for 3 consecutive years
He was
without
a good
being
coach.
He was a good coach.
Look, if you
Doc
guys
is a great coach.
Look, if you guys think he's a good coach, then I'm not going to change your mind.
Wait a minute. 50 wins in the NBA means jack poop. It means nothing. 50 wins means nothing. Mediocre franchises win 50 games in the NBA and do nothing in the postseason. I don't want to hear about 50 wins. 50 wins was not a benchmark. 50 wins was supposed to be better. He did not advance the skill set of his players. He did not put them in the best position to succeed.
I agree.
And guess what? A coach, Jamie, is responsible for the work environment. If our boss Chuck, if everybody around this place was walking around here slack-jawed and thought it was a sucky place to work, I do look at the boss and I figure out, does he have the wrong people in place? Has he created the wrong environment? It does matter. The boss does matter.
Yeah, but if I'm moping and dragging my ass around here for 3 months because we moved on from, let's say, Pat Egan, and I believed Pat Egan was the perfect guy, like that's on me.
You just made it personal.
I can't look to Chuck because he made a decision I disagree with. I have to perform how I need to perform. Like, I can't let their decisions affect my work.
Yeah, we're talking definitive. Like Pat's saying bad, you're basically Jamie's saying, and I think I am too. Not bad, not great, but not bad. Like,
did he underachieve as a head
no
coach?
question. There's no question.
He underachieved here. He underachieved. The last 2 years, he underachieved.
But if you look at throughout the annals of the NBA, and but it's very rare that anybody has incredible success in players' first 4 or 5 years in the league. Like, part of this was he had a young team that had to grow and take their lumps and learn how to play grown man NBA basketball.
He was a perfect coach when there was no accountability of wins and losses.
Well, here's what I always used to say, John. If you brought in a coach, forget the rebuilding years that you're talking about.
Yes.
So if you brought Brett Brown in and his first year he won 53 games, whatever, won a playoff series and then lost, and then the next year came in and won 50-plus games again and did the same thing and came within a quadruple doink of going to the finals, and then comes in the next year and they have it down. You're not firing a guy. You're thinking he's a great coach.
And he came in at that point. Yes,
you know what I mean. And so that's how I judge the coaching of Brett Brown. Brett Brown had to develop a system by losing, which is unbelievable. Once he was given the keys to winning and the right people to do it, you put out those 3 seasons. It's not bad.
And the bottom line is this: if you can't see the difference between what a Doc Rivers as a head coach does, especially in game. Yeah. And I still think the 48 minutes that he coaches were Brett Brown's worst 48 minutes of the week.
Perhaps.
That was like, Like, that was the worst thing, strategy-wise.
Doc won that game last night.
He did. He won that game last night.
I found myself comparing Doc and Brett last night. Brett wouldn't have stuck with Matisse Thybulle and Furkan Korkmaz in that situation. Doc rode the hot hand, and it was right.
You know, John, how I said to you, and you guys know this, I said it more to you guys. Doug Peterson in front of a microphone scared me because it seemed like he couldn't think on his feet.
Yes.
The fact that Doc Rivers last night, they asked him about something. Oh, you want some? Yeah, you know what? I did that for Coach Chaney. Like, who the hell is... It's amazing. That's what I'm talking about. Some coaches are just at a different level where they can slow things down and their minds are working perfectly. He seems to be one of those guys.
When Brett Brown was over in Australia, he had the same exact situation. There was no accountability. The team wasn't very good. As soon as he got players... He wound them way too tight, and you saw the exact same thing happen in Philadelphia.
It is
Australia.
I'm dead serious. If you look into his tenure in Australia, you will see the exact same thing happen.
Talking about the ABL?
Wait a minute. The NBA on TNT talked about this during Brett Brown discussions.
Yeah, why is that a ridiculous thing to bring up?
He winds people tightly. He makes people afraid to be instinctive. Shaq and Barkley would talk about it. That the Sixers under Brett Brown were not playing instinctive basketball. There was stuff in their head, and everybody's looking about, am I doing the right thing? Am I going to be... They weren't having fun. They weren't loose. They weren't playing instinctive basketball, and that's what it comes down to. And I can't believe we had this... I can't believe we had this much defense of Brett Brown. I cannot, in a million years, understand... how there is still a mountain to die on with Brett Brown.
Yeah, I'm not dying on Brett Brown.
First off, by the way, we're not crapping on the guy. We didn't crap on the guy because Brett Brown, we didn't say Brett Brown's a horrible person. We didn't say
No.
I mean, when people say crapping on a person, it's usually meaning that we're just saying...
We're talking about coaching.
He was not a good coach.
See, that's where I disagree.
The last 2 years, he underachieved.
I think he's a good coach. He's not a great coach. And all of the problems that happened here can't be put exclusively on him. Part of that was Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid have to grow into that man. The NBA is a man's league, and it's very, very tough to do it in your first 5 years without some Hall of Fame level help. So I'm defending Brett in that it's not all on his shoulders.
Well, I agree with you that they underachieved. But also, I laid out the 3 years to you of him actually coaching, and you agreed that that's good.
You wouldn't fire that guy if those were the 3 years.
Because that's pretty good.
You wouldn't do that.
I understand. Look,
I'm not disagreeing. He had to go. Like, it was time.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the way it goes. I'm just shocked. I am absolutely shocked. That is I think there are people who want to want to defend the process, and they want to defend. They expected the payoff. Here's what I would say too is, we're going to watch the NBA job openings and see how teams are lining up for Brett Brown. There are going to be jobs that are going to be open, and I'm going to tell you who's lining up. Who's lining up for it? Because the NBA will tell you.
Somebody will.
The marketplace of the NBA is going to say who was. I guarantee you the team that hires him will be a team that doesn't have expectation to win anything.
It could be.
I guarantee you the job, he will not get the keys.
Sacramento came to my mind right away.
Not going to Brett Brown is not going to be given the keys to a team that has expectations to win anything. He'll be given the keys to a team that is trying to... He'll oversee a rebuild again. He'll stay 3 years. He'll oversee it, and then he'll maybe move on to another job.
So the Lakers had an opening when they went to Frank Vogel, right?
They did.
All right, so Frank Vogel and Brett Brown were available, and I'm asking this as an honest question. If at the same time the two of them were available, is it a no-brainer, Frank Vogel?
No-brainer. They didn't even...
And it's funny, if you look at what Frank Vogel did, and you compare it to those 3 years that I just told you about Brett Brown probably had more success doing that.
Frank Vogel had people in NBA circles actually campaigning for him to get that job.
Yeah.
Literally campaigning for him, saying, he's the guy, take him, he's the guy.
Well, he's from the area, so clearly he's a great candidate.
But also, two people believed that he could step in there and he could do it.
Yeah.
And more importantly, what does, again, not going the NBA on TNT all the time, but they said about, he stays the hell out of the way.
Vogel.
He lets players be instinctive basketball, have fun. He doesn't set up. He doesn't get in their heads where they're playing the game tight. And I think that's the problem.
Yeah,
I think that's the problem.
Brett battled. I have to teach young kids, but I hear what you're saying. At the same time, yeah. So
I don't know that you can have the same coach do both roles.
The three of us could coach the Lakers, or four of us. Excuse me.
I don't believe with some of the stuff that went on in that room. And by the way, if Frank Vogel, what he did for Dwight Howard, flat out, Dwight Howard's changing the narrative on the end of his career. He's changing the narrative before he goes out the door about what kind of player he is. By the way, big weekend for the Fly guys, too. Just want to make sure they get a little love. Make sure they get a little
Screw
love.
those Islanders.
I hate the Islanders.
Something about them is really annoying.
It all goes back to the stolen Game 7 from the Stanley Cup Finals in 1980 for me. The fact that there should have been a Game 7, it should have been at the Spectrum, and I believe the Flyers would have won the Stanley Cup.
We were actually going over the Islanders roster from that time period last night, me and you.
Way, I still will tell you that Islanders roster from back then and the Edmonton roster from their run. Those were the two best rosters, I believe, maybe in professional sports that we've seen. I mean, the Bossy, Trottier, Potvin,
sure,
all that. I mean,
Bobby Nystrom,
then Billy Smith, the Fuhrer, Messier, Gretzky, Curry. I mean, it was unbelievable. Those teams were those teams were international all-star teams.
Yeah,
and there's some in the NBA, I'm sure. But what Alain Vigneault's doing, though, is we're going to talk about it more in depth, but I really do enjoy.
He laid him on the table.
I enjoy watching it, and having worked for a man that sort of had his same hammer. I don't know that your tenure is definitely your shelf life is long term.
Yeah.
But it got Egan and his mom a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Egan's mom got a Stanley Cup, right? Because of a hard-nosed approach.
Yeah, she's a big
diehard Ranger. The other day she was wearing
fan.
a Ranger stuff.
Which is
awesome.
She's told me before that the best moment in her life was the Rangers winning the Cup. Me being born was second.
Second to the Rangers winning
the Cup.
Actually,
no. Her grandson being born was second. I got bumped down.
I was going to say.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I don't blame her. Look, I didn't turn out great.
Okay.
All right.
If this guy's a throw-in a deal, it means this fan base might be screwed. We got a lot coming up. John Kincade Show. Stick around on this Snow Monday here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We talked about it a little bit earlier on the show. I'm sitting there with Bobby last night, and I said, I'm going to get my Parks Casino Sportsbook app up and fired up and put a little on the local basketball team and a little on the local hockey team. And guess what? My enjoyment of viewing is better. Yours can be too. But I want you to do business with the Hometown Sportsbook app, that Parks Casino Sportsbook app. And in-game wagering is fantastic. Over-unders on player performances, absolutely spectacular. I did the two-thing parlay last night with the Flyers and the over, which was great too. You know it's the name you can trust. Easy deposits, great odds, outstanding customer service. And new customers only. Sign up now. Get your first bet risk-free up to $500. I want you to download the app or go to parkscasino.com/PA. Use the promo code FANATIC, and your risk-free bet will be refunded in site credit. Now, see the website for terms and conditions. Bet with the home team, that Parks Casino Sportsbook app. You got to be 21 or older in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
When you're in the mood for comfort food, Wawa has you covered. Try our savory brisket, made from the finest cuts of beef, hand-trimmed and slowly braised to perfection. Savor the richness of a tangy barbecue and layers of tender beef. Enjoy your brisket on a brioche bun or in a hearty bowl. Wintertime is the right time for barbecue brisket from Wawa. Order yours today, in-store or on the Wawa app. Gotta have a Wawa. Wawa has such a wide variety of roasts and blends of your favorite flavors of coffee. For the late nighter at work that just became an all-nighter. For when you have a full day of video conference calls, you need full-bodied roasts and blends. Now, for a limited time, try our Winter Reserve Blend, a specialty-grade blend sourced from the world's finest coffee regions. Wawa coffee is 100% sustainable and 100% there for you. Thinking coffee? Think Wawa.
Every player matters, and finding the right person can make all the difference.
In 1999, the Indianapolis Colts traded Marshall Faulk to the St. Louis Rams for a second and fifth round pick. The move helped transform the Rams offense into one of the most dynamic in the history of the NFL. They became known as the greatest show on turf. Faulk won the NFL MVP in 2000, and the Rams went on to reach 2 Super Bowls, winning Super Bowl 34.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
When scouting talent, teams use all the tools at their disposal to determine the best fit for their rosters. LinkedIn Jobs works that way for your business. Post a job with targeted screening questions, and LinkedIn will quickly get your role in front of qualified candidates. Manage job posts and contact candidates from a single view as functions are streamlined onto one simple screen. And now you can post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
The 55th Super Bowl is this weekend, and DraftKings, the official daily fantasy sports partner of Super Bowl 55, has up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs. Download the DraftKings app and use code KJZ to enter the free $55 million Super Bowl prediction challenge. Everyone gets an instant prize up to $25,000 just for playing. That's code KJZ, only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Super Bowl 55. Terms, conditions, and eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dealing with battery problems? We can help you out and get you ready for the colder weather ahead. Let's start with a free battery test. If you just need a free charge, we can help with that too. And if it's time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2019.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Valentine's Day is almost here, and if you're still dragging your feet, here's my advice. Get her a gift she'll be proud to show off. Visit Family & Company Jewelers in Marlton, New Jersey, and they'll show you an amazing selection of gifts at every price point, and you are guaranteed to walk out with a gift that will make her fall in love with you all over again. Shop local and visit their showroom on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, or online at FamilyJewelers.com. Family & Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
Family & Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Assurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Lately, we're doing a lot more at home, which means we're doing a lot less driving. With pay-per-mile car insurance from Allstate, you only pay for the miles you drive. Drive less, save 50% with Allstate. You've never been in better hands. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Pricing varies based on how you buy, driving behaviors, and includes a daily rate. Not applicable in California. Based on annual premium paid by Allstate Standard Auto customers versus Allstate pay-per-mile customers who drive an average of 4,000 miles a year. Savings vary subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and its affiliates. Copyright 2020 Allstate Insurance Company.
Happy Hour and Bob Cooney on a Tuesday night. Check out Beers with Bob. This and every Tuesday night at 6.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas go around the world of sports, bringing you updates and breaking news, plus all the betting lines you need. It's Beers with Bob on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
When the winters are mild, the deals are wild. Gary Barbera knows how to sell a Jeep cheap. $199 down or $199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Dunkin' is bringing the X's and macchiatos this Valentine's with everything you need to celebrate with that someone special. Grab a set of matching pink velvet and mocha macchiatos plus a Cupid's Choice and brownie batter donut to complete the perfect way to celebrate Valentine's Day. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
It's John Kincade for my friends at T-Mobile, and it is incredibly important now. Every single morning, I send my daughter a video so when she wakes up, that the first thing she sees on her phone is a video from Dad, just wishing her a good day. Well, my T-Mobile device allows me to send them reliably every single day. And that's one of the things of the reliability of the network. With T-Mobile and Sprint merging, that network is the backbone wherever I'm at. And I found all over Philadelphia. Coming home, I need to know maybe to use my the mapping devices or anything like that. And maybe occasionally one of those sports betting devices. I have to be able to use that on those apps. I have to have my phone be reliable. I love my network, and I love being a T-Mobile customer. And I've been a T-Mobile customer since they began, day one. Why? Because I've never had to make the switch. I've never had to worry about go chasing the better deal. I've never had to go find a more reliable carrier. I've got the best. I've got T-Mobile, and I think it's time that you learn about them too. I want you to visit T-Mobile.com to learn more today. I'm telling you, you will love being a T-Mobile customer, and you will never have to make the switch again. Coverage not available in some areas.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Sorry, this is your life right now. Listening to me.
on the radio on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
All right, I'm learning that occasionally people can be a little rough on social media.
What? No.
Bob Cooney getting taken to the woodshed on my social media here by Aaron.
Really?
Aaron says, Cooney's making fun of you for a 3-night stay that you didn't need a carry-on bag. He said, not everyone dresses like the high school coach from High School Musical every day. Some grown men...
That would be Troy's father.
He said some grown men actually
Shots
wear...
fired.
He said some grown men actually wear big boy clothes.
Well, good for you. I'm proud of you.
So,
sounds like a guy who's real bitter that he has to dress like an adult to work.
Yeah, okay.
But that is
I wore a shirt and tie for 25 years. I'm good.
Yeah, but that's it. You can't. But if you had to wear a shirt and tie for 3 nights and everything like that, you can't carry a carry-on bag.
You want to bet?
Get on.
I never, in the years that I covered the Sixers, never checked a bag. And we're talking 12, 13-day road trips.
How many sport coats did you bring with you?
Wasn't a sport coat guy.
Okay, well then there we go. Right
Shirt
there.
and tie.
I am.
Right.
I'm a sport coat guy.
But I would have figured it out.
Okay, ties and
you wear it on the plane.
How many shirts would you bring with you for 12,
one for every game.
No underwear.
So if we had
13 dress shirts,
no, for every game. So if it was a 13-day trip, it was probably 6 games, 6 games. So 5 pairs of pants, 5 dress shirts, 5 ties.
He's
whatever.
a commando guy, so no underwear needed.
No, underwear is always there, and maybe once in a while you're in a place where you can do laundry. For the undergarments. So. Yeah, no, I would never check a bag.
Never checked a bag?
No. 2 pairs of shoes. No,
it's a goal of mine not to check a bag ever. So, when I did all those Super Bowl weeks when I'd be at NBC for 10 days, I would try not to.
So you try not to do that?
Sometimes I would have to, but occasionally, no, I try not to.
I had to check a bag for our honeymoon. We went to Barbados, and her bag got lost.
Oh.
And it was beat the hell up when we eventually got it. We ended up getting free flights from the airline for it, which ended up working out. But, yeah, that was a fun couple days down in Barbados with no bag.
Now, the thing is, though, it's your honeymoon.
I forgot my bathing suit on my honeymoon.
I lost my ring on my honeymoon.
You can buy one at the resort, right?
Yes. It was St. Lucia. They
didn't have...
Not like I thought. I bought a pair from a Rasta bro on the beach.
He bought a Speedo.
Yeah, he had a little hut.
Me.
Yeah.
Really?
And they were too big on me, and I looked like an idiot.
Hammock, was it?
No, the opposite.
You didn't go.
No.
Jamie was rocking the Borat.
You didn't go with any of those.
No.
I mean, is on your honeymoon, it's not like you need a real extensive line of clothing, did you?
Well, the bathing suit's probably the most important thing you own that week.
Right.
So I didn't have
you're
that.
in the room on your honeymoon. You're very rarely dressed, correct?
Wow,
John.
Seriously?
I got the flu on my honeymoon, so
did you really?
Yes, I did. Yeah, the worst I've ever gotten. The second worst I've ever gotten the flu. I was in bed for 3 days.
Where were you?
Las Vegas.
And you were in Vegas and you had the flu.
That was right after getting married in a snowstorm. Yeah, so
you really had it bad.
Started out well.
That is really.
Some may say, it's gotten a hell of a lot better.
She did not run from you after that. She did not run from you. I'm surprised at that.
She may have
fully
some regrets.
naked and erect penis.
I just can't. I mean, on your honeymoon. I mean, it will go to the pool.
Yeah,
the restaurant.
Some of the restaurants.
Pool, restaurant.
Room.
Some of the restaurants have dress codes, though, so she had to buy clothes there, and then she was reimbursed by the airline.
By the way, you guys into beaches or sandals?
That's where we went.
And you went sandals where?
Barbados.
Okay, Sandals, Barbados.
I've never been.
I was married at Sandals in Negril in Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
But
you're like Michael Scott.
We may.
Did you get a little twisty in your hair?
We've got some good. Well, my wife's Jamaican.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's so she is a Jamaican. So she's an American citizen now, but she's a Jamaican.
Does she still have some sort of an accent?
Oh yeah, when she gets pissed. Oh man.
And then it comes out.
Oh yeah, when she can turn it on and off because people say to her like Shaq. First time he met her, he said, "You're not Jamaican." I said, "My wife's Jamaican." So she walks in, and Christina would sort of favor Mrs. Kardashian, that Kris Jenner. And he says, "You're not Jamaican." And she's like, "Shaq, there are white Jamaicans." And he says, "I never knew that." And she goes, "Yeah, there are Asian Jamaicans. I didn't know there were Asian Jamaicans." She goes, "You're kidding me." And then he goes, "Really? Are you really Jamaican? You're Jamaica Queens." He thought, oh, you're Jamaica Queens. He's messing with me. And she goes, Ross, I'll kick you. I will kick you, Ross. And she goes into the patois like at that. And he goes, okay, Mama, I understand. You're Jamaican. You're Jamaican. Don't mess with her. Don't mess with her. The Detroit Lions and the Rams made a deal this week. But what's it mean for the Eagles franchise? Let's get to it on the linchpin.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, the Eagles are screwed.
Thanks. There we go.
Well, way to bury the headline there.
Good segment, right, guys?
That was really good.
Chuck didn't tell us to get to the point. Jamie just did that.
When I saw the news this weekend of the Lions-Rams trade, naturally my first thought went to Carson Wentz because you had two fairly high-profile quarterbacks getting moved. In the deal, it's natural to think, how does this apply to my team? Because it kind of sets the value for the league.
Correct.
And Pete Schrager from NFL Network was saying, Jared Goff is not a throw-in in this deal. Detroit targeted him. They believe in him, yada, yada, yada. And to a degree, I believe that. But when you look at the optics of the trade, Jared Goff certainly feels like a throw-in.
It does.
It feels like it.
It is.
I don't want to say it's completely a throw-in because he's not horrible. He's middle of the pack to maybe the back end. The Eagles aren't going to find any suitable deals with Carson Wentz's contract where they're not getting screwed. So once again, this trade confirmed for me that Carson Wentz is likely a quarterback on the Eagles this year.
I had people arguing this with me, Bob, on social media this week. And imagine people arguing on social media.
Some guy just said I'm not a good dresser on social media. I mean, how crazy is
but
that?
I mean, they're like, are you kidding me? Like, oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous. This take sucks. Carson Wentz is going to be like, the Eagles are going to be able to get a great deal for him. Like, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Right now, could you hope for you could hope for maybe a third-day draft pick if you just wanted to dump, a third-day draft pick.
Yeah.
If you wanted to just dump him, and you're giving somebody something. This contract is too much of an albatross. You're going to have to give up supreme draft capital if you want to move him.
And eat some of that, a lot of that money.
Right.
Yeah, so I agree with Jamie. He's not going anywhere. I really don't think so. I think they're going to give him a shot to try to get back to who he was.
I'm not happy with that, by the way.
I think it's the right thing to do.
And I'm not going to go to the part of saying that's why they hired this coach, because I don't really believe that's why they hired this coach. If it just so happens that he and his staff get Carson Wentz back on track, I think that's an added bonus, but I don't think that was the headlining reason why they brought in Nick Sirianni was to fix Carson Wentz. I really don't. I think it was to make this football team better, and in so doing, if Carson Wentz gets back on track, added bonus.
Yeah,
there you go.
If that is what you're going to get for Carson Wentz, it does not make any sense to trade him.
No, it doesn't.
Because I don't see Carson Wentz being the locker room disruptor. I don't see him being, and I love the guy, but I don't see him being T.O.
He's more of a secluder.
But when he got benched for Jalen Hurts, like on the sideline, he was clapping him up.
Sure.
He didn't look miserable. And even the people that were detractors, but even the people that were detractors said he wasn't that guy. He wasn't miserable walking around. Behind the scenes, to his wife and his agent, yeah, probably, but to his teammates, he wasn't showing that. So it doesn't make any sense to trade him at this point.
And I love the fact that we found out on Friday, and we'll talk more about it here, that Carson and Nick Sirianni have had multiple conversations, I take it, and that Carson has talked with the offensive coordinator. So now that that's been done, that gives me a better feeling that this thing can at least, look, they got to run it back. They got to run it back because it's less damage next offseason if you did have to move on.
Yeah.
Much less damage.
Oh, no question. And look, I'm all about trying to get this kid back. We've made examples. I think Egan did it a couple weeks ago about how guys in their fourth and fifth year, whatever, guys that were really good quarterbacks had a year that they struggled. So, we'll see. But I think I think it behooves them to give him another shot.
I love the idea of, look, I want Carson Wentz here. I don't want to have to buy a new jersey. I'm sort of cheap. So I don't want to have to go buy a new jersey as part of it. But I believed in him. Yeah. And I can tell you, I've never been more entertained watching a Philadelphia Eagle than watching Carson Wentz.
Is it wrong to say, or hot takey to say, I still believe in him?
I don't think
so. Not a hot take.
That's not a hot take.
All right, good. Because I still believe in him.
Because that could be a freezing cold take is what it could end up being.
But he's had one bad year in his 5. Unfortunately, that one bad year was amazingly bad. It was horrible.
The problem is, Pat, though, is the idea with me is that I believe it showed character flaws.
I don't disagree with you.
And I'm more concerned I'm more concerned when someone shows me character flaws than when someone shows me a performance flaw, because I believe people can be coached.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Malcolm Jenkins' comments this week didn't exactly, throw that,
we'll play
throw
those
that to the
later.
wayside. I mean, but I would hope that he can get fixed with a new coach. Once again, look what it did for Joel Embiid and, when he got Doc Rivers in.
By the way, Malcolm Jenkins, does he ever stop talking about Philadelphia?
Well, no, okay.
I mean, seriously.
He said he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
He was asked the question, though.
I understand.
I
But at
like
this
that.
point, you know what? Okay, I was pursued by the media on Friday to ask questions about my old radio station.
Did you do it?
No.
Coward.
No.
Say it with your chest.
Coward.
John.
You know what?
Put it on the table.
This is my radio station. This is where I work now. This is where I have a tattoo.
But I like that he's a fan of the Eagles.
I don't need to comment on how my old radio station's doing business. I don't need to comment on their personnel decisions, how they're doing business.
But if you were in the middle of an interview and they sprung it on you, what would you?
I would say I have a new team now. I'm on 97.5 The Fanatic, and I'm really happy to be here. And I don't need to comment because I'm not part of that team anymore.
Yeah, but we can't want information and insight and then complain where it comes from.
He has a history, too. Like, don't forget, when he was here with the Eagles and Drew Brees said what he said about people kneeling, he had to comment on
He
that.
had to insert himself.
So he just can't let go of his old lovers.
He has to insert himself into every other person's business.
I don't see it like that.
Well, okay, that's fine. He's doing it. It's not that you can't see it that way. It's not an argument that he's doing it. So you have to see it that way. You have to see it that way.
I don't, though.
You have to, because he
don't.
inserts himself into every old team. He inserts himself in. It's not a debate.
Yeah, I don't see it like that.
Wait a minute. He does it. So you have to see it that way.
No, I think he's asked questions and he answers them. I mean,
You don't have to answer
This is
them.
the same argument, and this was before you started here, but we would have the same argument about Jimmy Butler, and I would say, hold on, like, he's getting asked a question. It's not like he's holding press conferences saying, let me tell you about Philadelphia. He's getting asked questions and he's answering them.
But
you can say no.
You don't have to answer.
You can.
And
but
guess
then,
what? Nobody's going to rip you for not answering a question about your old team.
Yeah,
ever.
But some athletes are more outspoken than others,
And that's what it's all about.
But I don't have a problem with athletes being outspoken.
I got you. It's look at me. Let me insert myself into every conversation.
I think he's just being honest.
That's good. That's fine. Martin Law's honest with you. They take care of you. The law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. It's never, Bob, you're a reporter forever. It's never a problem to say, I'm not answering that question. If you are the head coach of a team and you're avoiding something that's going on in your team, if something doesn't involve you anymore, it's very easy to say, I'd rather not comment on that. Let them take care of their business.
And now reporters know that he will.
Oh, they
gleefully
run to
will.
him,
So
right.
Exactly, that's the first phone call you make. Something happened with the Eagles. Let me call Malcolm.
He's going to talk. He's going to talk, and he's going to talk about the Saints when he's an Eagle. He's going to insert himself into that. That's what he likes to do. Now, a head coach, sometimes like with the Philadelphia Flyers, sometimes takes a stand, Bob.
Yes.
And Alain Vigneault definitely took a stand this weekend.
Are you okay, bro?
And
I'm not putting up with it.
I don't know if you liked it. I don't know if you didn't like it. I'm all I know is that I was here for it. I'm all here
ridiculous.
for it.
Are you prepared? Are you okay emotionally? Are you ready for this
I
segment?
think people were waiting for some kind of a blow up from me on Friday when word started to come out.
Yes.
It looks like TK's benched. He's practicing with the other guys now, and I sat back, made my judgment, and my judgment was this: even though TK is leading the league, leading the team in goals scored at the time, leading the team in plus minus at the time, I was okay with it.
See, now I'm surprised because I was expecting a different one.
I am too.
Expecting a different response from you.
Bob loves coaching, though, and I think that.
Well, so I had it on both sides of the ledger. Is he doing too much? Like, this is a young team, and he does talk about Stanley Cup openly. Like, that's what he's after. I respect that. I understand that. Part of me says, whoa, are you putting too much on these young kids too early? TK is still only, I think, 20? Egan would know, 23 years old. So he's still a young kid. Part of me is like, wow, can you do that this early and it's going to have a positive effect? But AV said, the hell with that. I do what I do. He's not playing good 5-on-5 hockey. And unless we play good 5-on-5 hockey, all of our lines, we're not going to win a Stanley Cup. And that's my goal here. I came to Philadelphia to win a Stanley Cup.
Okay, well, what changed here? Because your immediate text to all of us was a expletive and morons.
Well, because you guys were stoking me, I wanted to just satisfy you to get you off my back.
It was for us. It was for our benefit.
I will tell you this. The 85 Flyers went to the Stanley Cup Finals, lost to Edmonton with the youngest team in the NHL, with Mike Keenan as a rookie coach. And Mike Keenan did the same type of button pushing, and he pursued it through the next year and the next year when they went to the finals and lost in Game 7. One of the youngest rosters in the NHL, which is eerily similar to what AV's got here in Philadelphia. And Mike constantly, I will tell you this, and we always joke, the people who were behind the scenes and then said, one day we'll write the book, is that he terrorized some of the young players. He terrorized them.
Well,
and he played mental games with them. That's why the shelf life, not that long, but the success, rampant.
Yeah, last year, I mean, I have to go out and trust his reading of his team, because last year when he said about JVR and I believe Voracek, he said, I like them as people. I need more from them as hockey players.
I love that.
Now, look, it was great. And they stepped up and they responded and they answered the bell. Those were veteran players. TK is a younger player, so I'm going to trust that he thinks this will get the best out of him, and I have no reason not to trust him.
Yeah, I don't know what the big deal was. On paper, I get it because he was an all-star last year and he's 23 and he's one of your most talented players. But I texted Bob 2 games ago and said he hasn't been good. Like, he needs to step up. And then 2 games later, he was benched or whatever. But if you take out the 4-point game that he had to start the season, he hasn't been good. He hasn't been good defensively. And the fact that you benched him after a win is the most impressive part to me. Because you're saying to your team, I don't care that we just won the game. Right. It still wasn't good enough. And the rest of the team is looking at it like, whoa, if that guy can get benched, then I can get benched.
I can tell you during the 87 run to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, I saw Mike sort of personally terrorize Peter Zezel. God rest his soul, Peter. I saw him with Ronnie and Richie Sutter. There was always Richie Sutter was always being dangled over Ronnie's head because Richie was spending time in Hershey most of the time, and Ronnie was there, and they were very tight, and they wanted to play. And literally, he would terrorize him with, your little brother's going to be down in Hershey forever.
Oh,
He'll
wow.
be down in Hershey forever.
That's diabolical.
Like, if you don't, we didn't get more. And then Richie came up and then would go, boy, maybe I had the wrong one. Like, I mean, I watched them push the buttons of these young players.
Yeah.
And it got great success, but it was a 4-year shelf life.
Well, that's what scares me is shelf life. And I'm not saying AV's anything like that, like, oh, he's killing these guys, whatever. It's an interesting move. It's an interesting tactic. I like he's not hiding the fact, like, I don't care if you're young or not. Our goal is to win the Stanley Cup, and let's get it done now. It's not we have to grow or anything like that. Right. So with all the teams that he's seen and the success that he's had, this shows me that he truly believes that this team is capable of getting close to that.
Sure, and it tells me that TK is going to respond to this.
I hope so, and he was a little more noticeable last night. And he had a little jump or whatever when we were watching it together. Jamie, you weren't there.
You chose to stay home. What were you watching? Project Runway?
No, I was doing.
What were you doing?
I was Sixers on the big screen, Flyers on the laptop.
No, you weren't. We found out what you were doing this morning. He was all WWE'd up. He's watching the Royal Rumble.
That was taking over the timeline. Yeah.
Were you greased up?
Yeah, well, I don't tell you guys. Me and my wife have this foreplay thing where I like to dress up as the Ultimate Warrior.
And she's Vince McMahon.
Royal Rumble's a big night in our house.
She's Ronda Rousey.
Singlet.
That's the expanse. I don't know any wrestlers.
Snapping to Slim Jims.
Hey, the FU money keywords coming up today at 8 o'clock. It's your chance to win $500. Make sure you're a part of it. And every 2 hours all day long here on The Fanatic, you want to make sure that you get your chance to win some cash. So Nick Sirianni on Friday has his press conference. And there were a few things that sort of stuck out to me. And one of them is the idea that he's had good conversations already with Carson Wentz. It's number 5, Pat, that I wanted to bring up. Good conversations with Carson already. This made me feel good here.
I've also spoke to Jalen. Again, I'll keep our conversations private. Just, those are conversations between the player and I. But same conversation with him is that I'm really excited to work with him. He had a great, we studied him last year, had a great college tape. He played meaningful snaps this year that he played well in.
Okay, so that's Jalen Hurts. That's his. I hit the wrong button there. The idea is I want to hear what he had to say. Let you hear what he had to say about Carson Wentz.
I've talked to Carson. I've been reaching out to our players. It's been a whirlwind, obviously, so far. As far as just the amount of things that do as I've took this job and a week into this job. But trying to communicate with all our players. I've talked to Carson. We've had good conversations, and just excited to work with him as we move here forward.
Okay, one thing I didn't understand, Philly media. Can I just say, and I always, you tell me I'm tough on reporters. There was no reason that a head coach in his introductory press conference with what he inherited here should have been able to tell you who the starting quarterback was. It's absolutely ridiculous that people at a press conference when this guy's being introduced, knowing what he's inheriting, that he's got Wentz, that he's got Hurts, that he doesn't know, that he's going to name a starting quarterback at the first press conference. I couldn't believe the line of questioning. I'm like, it's imbecilic. It was imbecilic.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What if you asked it and he told you something?
Because he's not. Because the question.
John, that is one of the now you got my ire up.
That's fine.
That's ridiculous.
Okay,
if they'd have come away from the press conference and not asked about the quarterback, you would have been okay with that.
No, he didn't have to ask about the quarterback. You can ask the question. It is, you've got two quarterbacks. Do you have any clue where you are heading as far as who will win the starter or how you will determine it? They know he's not going to. They know he's not going to do that. More importantly, when one person asks the question, it doesn't require follow-ups as to who the starting quarterback is.
When you have a guy up there that's uncomfortable in the way he's handling himself, and you're looking for information on something, it's almost like you're a detective with a witness. Like, I know you got something in there. You want to try to extract it. I got to disagree. I'm in there trying to get him to say something instead of, we'll take a look out of it.
He is not going to answer who his starting quarterback is at that press conference.
But you don't know unless you ask.
Okay, one person can
because if somebody asks and I think I can get more from him, I might give it a try.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like the same questions being asked over and over.
Well, he's not saying anything. So
I understand.
All right, what's your favorite, soda?
No, it doesn't have to be that. People expecting him to have answers on who his starting quarterback is at his introductory press conference when you've got Wentz and Hurts, and you know that maybe you have to move Wentz. Maybe you have to move Hurts. Maybe they can't coexist. He doesn't have those answers yet.
Okay, but you don't know unless you ask.
Okay, if one person asks that again, that's fine. The line of questioning was, there are other things you could get to. Do you believe, from what you've seen of Carson Wentz's career, do you believe he's fixable?
Well, it's the same thing.
No. Do you believe he's fixable? You're not asking him to be the starter. Who the starter is? Do you believe he's fixable?
So you say that they should know that he's not going to give the answer to one thing, but that they should ask another thing that he's not going to get an answer from.
You knew going into that press conference. There's no way he's telling you who the starting quarterback is.
But you don't not try.
Okay, so if one person does, that's fine.
Nah, I don't think you just... I hear what you're saying.
I think the average fan, the average listener, who this is supposed to service, I think hears it and goes, why do they keep asking the same damn question?
Well, he's not saying anything anyway, so you're trying to extract something from him. He's not saying anything.
We got a lot coming up for you in the 8 o'clock hour, and one of them is a guy who made Friday all about him. And I think you know who we're talking about. It's the John Kincade Show, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic. It's officially real. When Steven Singer Jewelers decided to jump on the John Kincade Show and be one of our charter advertisers, I was incredibly happy with that because I've been hearing about Steven Singer Jewelers for years. And I like this. I want a guy who's going to give me great value. And I want a guy who is going to make my lady feel like she is getting a spectacular gift. And Steven Singer gives you all the value you wish at some of the best prices possible. There's no sales. There's no discounts. I'm not throwing you a promo code today because every day is a sale with Steven Singer Jewelers. And I know that Valentine's Day is coming up, and I refuse to let you screw up another holiday. And though Steven Singer can be really insufferable to deal with, I can tell you this, his deals are not. You want to make sure your lady has a great holiday. How about a real rose dipped in 24-karat gold, preserved to last a lifetime? They've got such a selection. Maybe you get the diamond earrings. Maybe you really splurge this time around. And guess what? With Steven Singer Jewelers, you are not going to be breaking the budget. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. I'm learning to hate him. Believe me, I've had to deal with him off the air. IHateStevenSinger.com and tell him John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
When you're in the mood for comfort food, Wawa has you covered. Try our savory brisket, made from the finest cuts of beef, hand-trimmed and slowly braised to perfection. Savor the richness of a tangy barbecue and layers of tender beef. Enjoy your brisket on a brioche bun or in a hearty bowl. Wintertime is the right time for barbecue brisket from Wawa. Order yours today, in-store or on the Wawa app. Gotta have a Wawa. Wherever the day takes you, Wawa is your energy headquarters for drinks to power up and stay energized all day long. Wake up with a Wawa coffee or your favorite energy drink. Grab a Red Bull Watermelon or Monster Ultra Watermelon to power up your day with a big burst of flavor. All the energy drinks you need, all in one Wawa run. Make Wawa your energy headquarters today with an energy drink or Wawa coffee. Gotta have a Wawa.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-279-8755. 800-279-8755. 800-279-8755.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team to get 55-1 odds when Tampa Bay and Kansas City play next Sunday. That's right, you could bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. I think I like Andy Reid and Kansas City to win this one. And you know I've been betting football on FanDuel all season long. The app's so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials, and so much more. But my favorite feature is definitely the same game parlays, where you could get a massive payout. There's no better time than now to try FanDuel Sportsbook. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Natalie to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Natalie.
Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on a designated boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Frank's Red Hot is the perfect blend of flavor and heat. That's why you can use an entire bottle to make buffalo chicken dip. The kind you might make for when you're watching the game at home. And maybe this year there's less people around to watch the game with. Yay! But that just means there's more dip. And it's all for you. Some of you may say, that's too much dip. But deep down in your heart of hearts, you know it isn't. So go ahead. Finish it. Frank's Red Hot don't judge. Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
Hindsight is 20/20, and 2020 was a brutal year that for most of it felt out of control. But you know how you can be in control? You can be in control of your job, your career. Yes. In 2020, my computer career helped more people start IT careers than ever. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Take control. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive presents The Sounds of the Old World. The year is 2019, and someone is waiting for a table at a restaurant.
Thompson, party of 4. Thompson, party of 4. Thompson, party... Oh, there you are.
This has been The Sounds of the Old World. Brought to you by Progressive, where drivers can still switch and save like it's 2019.
Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Let's face it, football fans, 2020 was kind of like...
Ouch.
But Unibet Sportsbook is betting 2021 is going to be a bit more like... And it starts with a big game. Sign up for $20 free today, $21 on game day, and two $250 risk-free bets. Let's do 2021 better. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The 55th big game is this weekend, and to celebrate football's finale, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in the game. Yes, it's that simple. All it takes is one touchdown to be scored Sunday night, and boom, your money is doubled. As if the game wasn't enough reason to party, with double the cash, you'll be celebrating until next season. And don't forget about DraftKings Big Game Prediction Challenge with up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs and instant prizes for everyone who enters the contest. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up using code FANATIC to get your shot at doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in Sunday's game. That's code FANATIC, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook, or excuse me, DraftKings.com/prediction-challenge-DFS for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Hello? 97.5 The Fanatic's FU Money. Your chance to win $500 right now.
Here it comes. Fanatics FU Money. Text the word bank to 45911 or enter it on the 97.5 The Fanatic app or at 97.5thefanatic.com. That's the word bank, B-A-N-K. One winner selected at random is going to win $500, and everyone that enters on the app or website is going to be qualified for that $10,000 grand prize. So you have to enter at least once. Make sure you get in there. Get complete rules for this company-wide contest at 97.5thefanatic.com. All presented by Adam Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Oh, boy. Hope you don't have to call them today. But if you do, you're going to love it. You can get 0% financing for 6 years on an HVAC system from Adam Mechanical. Good job, Adam Mechanical. And guess what? We wish you great luck here at the John Kincade Show. Okay, this is mesmerizing.
Why?
Egan, you'll have to assist me.
Why is it mesmerizing?
I've heard it before.
Oh, this is a big one.
Oh, this is a classic song about a dairy tree.
Ah, okay. Very good.
And I'll tell you right now, John, it's not actually about the dairy tree.
It is.
It's an innuendo.
Okay. This is a long opening, though. It's your chance to win $500, by the way, this week with the John Kincade Show. Did you know this? We are having Super Prop Bets Challenge right here at the Fanatic. It's awesome. So if you listen to the show this morning, it's your chance to win $500 for predicting the most correct answers for all the strangest things that will happen during the game this Sunday. How long is it going to take to sing the anthem? Will the coin toss be heads or tails? How many chicken wings will Jamie Lynch consume during the game? All you have to do is go to 975thefanatic.com and enter the Fanatics Super Prop Bet Challenge. Will either team score a safety? What will be the total points scored? How many beers will Bob Cooney pound before the final whistle? You make the call. It's 97.5 The Fanatic Super Prop Bets Challenge. You can play now at 975thefanatic.com. And it's all presented by PropSwap.com, where you're going to find the best odds in the country. You do not want to miss out on that. It's a way for you to have another legal wager. Chance to win a contest here at 97.5 The Fanatic, and we are constantly trying to take care of you here. So that is exciting stuff. Get in on that. Everybody, you can do it today. You can wait. Get in on it tomorrow or later on in the week. A lot of you staying home today, hiding out. And Jamie, before I get to my opening top of the hour thing, you wanted to say a little yo. Or a yah. We do yahs. We don't want to impose on Anthony's thing. To the roadwork crew that got you into work today.
Yeah, it was spectacular out there today. Even my neighborhood got plowed. I went the long route, and I wasn't expecting the neighborhood to get plowed. I expected like the main cross streets.
See, Bob looked at it as,
well, that's in his neighborhood, they pay plow drivers to come by.
Yeah. See, I actually looked at it as him saying that. I looked at it something totally
I came outside and I was shocked. I was like, wow. And then I went the long way and took the highways. So I avoided Bell's Mill and Lincoln Drive, but everything was clear. Everything was great. Those
guys
did
a great job.
Yeah, they're busting their asses out there.
They really did.
And kudos to all of you. Please.
It's bad. Like I called my wife a little bit ago. She said, "Listen," took the phone to the window, and it's like raining
sleet.
Ice.
Yeah,
over
right now.
Yeah, over in Cherry.
When I woke up, even it was like
now.
hitting the glass like that.
Well, we will. We found out from ABC 6 this morning. 6 ABC wants us to. They're a little afraid.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe Cecily may, decide to call in.
She's too pretty for the snow.
Pull a hammy.
Game time decision.
That Adam Joseph, they're worried that maybe could he decide I'm just not coming in because of the bad weather. So we've been asked if we would do some stand-ups later in the elements just in case 6ABC needed us in the Weather Center. So is everybody in? We're all into going out in the elements and showing our wares?
Sure.
Have you now?
Not underwear, Pat.
Well, you're the one who goes commando, according to Jamie, and I'm still wondering how Jamie knows that.
Two questions. One, no. And second, why do you assume? I have no idea. What are you looking
Jamie,
at?
I said, Jamie, how do you know? And he said, the pants tell a story.
Yeah. Donald will tell me anything if I ask.
The pants tell a story.
I'm really uncomfortable right now.
Definition.
All right, what I would say is this. No mention by Jeffrey Lurie on Friday of Doug Peterson is completely unacceptable to me, especially when he had to give us this verbal love note to Deuce Staley. Jeff Lurie should be one of the most beloved sports figures in this city, but he isn't at the moment, and he has nobody to blame but himself. That rambling opening on Friday, it was more reminiscent of the Unabomber than a seasoned NFL owner. He didn't know when to start, stop, hesitate. How do you manage to make that day about you? How do you manage to not at least at some point make it about Doug? Memo to Jeffrey Lurie. I'm promising you this. Doug is always going to be more beloved in this town than you or Deuce. And that's the bottom line. A mention was at least necessary. And whoever coached you up on that rambling manifesto really should have spent some of those 8 days with Nick Sirianni, should have spent some of them with you. That was embarrassing. Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. It is the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. To not mention Doug Peterson on Friday, that had to be by design. And that offends me. He didn't forget to mention Doug Peterson. When you do the verbal just love note to Deuce Staley, and you don't mention Doug Peterson, the man who gave you a Super Bowl, who led your franchise to a Super Bowl, that is freaking embarrassing, Bob. That's it. That offended me.
Yeah.
Like, it offended me that he didn't do that.
So I talk to you guys always about coaching and what do? You play to your strengths and you hide your weaknesses, right? Jeffrey Lurie's weakness is behind a microphone. It really is. There have been very few times that he's gotten behind a microphone for a certain amount of time on his own, and you've come away impressed. But yet, he decided to do 16 minutes and give us in detail what they were looking for in a head coach and just going on and on. And Jamie and I think texted each other and we were like, okay, stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. Just introduce your coach. But I don't know what it is over there at that complex. Like, microphones turn them into silly people.
Okay, do you believe that, I do not know, I'm not well-versed enough on it, so I'm not going to act to the audience like I know anything. I am not well-versed enough with the PR staffs in town to understand how much they coach up their employees, how much they prepare their employees, how much they try to help them, because you had the head coach and you had the owner come off looking awful on Friday. And that's unacceptable. If I'm the owner of the franchise, I'm wondering why people who are paid to do that aren't helping me look better. So the only theory I have is they don't care. They don't look to their PR staff to coach them up. They don't look for them to help them.
I'd be shocked if Sirianni wasn't coached up because he's the new guy, impressionable, yada, yada, yada. There's no way they're coaching Jeffrey Lurie up.
So you don't believe that they sit him down and...
I would be surprised. Bob has a better knowledge of the PR staffs in town than me. I'd be surprised if they went to the owner and was like, here's what you should say. Like, I think that's his own.
Yeah, you put it perfectly, James. You don't go there and say, look, here's what you should say. But they do go to him and they say, I think this is what they're going to want you to hit on. Perhaps, right. Since there wasn't questions coming to him, maybe they did let him go free for all. You're right. Since there was no questions, they may have said, yeah, you have your statement, go ahead.
Yeah, but, like if there was questions coming his way, I'm sure they would have said, Carson's going to be question 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4B.
Right.
And then maybe they'll get to some other stuff.
He needed a verbal editor.
The one thing I would say is there's one, having worked in sports media forever, there is one job you couldn't give me. Being PR, working PR for a sports team. It is a job that I would never want.
Yeah.
I have watched these people, and I believe that they labor in just constant crap being thrown at them.
Oh, totally. And long days.
From the media members, from the people above them that they work for. I would never want that job.
Yeah, it's not an easy job. It reminds you of the ref because
yes,
you can never do anything right, and you never get praised really when you do things right. I'm sure they did talk to Jeffrey Lurie, but I got the impression Jeffrey Lurie was trying to filibuster.
That's what it seemed
on Friday. Like it was as if everybody in the organization has faith in Nick Sirianni, but they knew that he had trouble public speaking and was nervous. So hey, let's take up as much time as possible. And maybe it'll take away from questions.
I like the idea. Someone tweeted out the other day. Is Nick Sirianni in the bathroom? Is he clean? Is he finishing up in the bathroom or something? I need 5 more minutes.
Got the nervous poops.
It did seem like a filibuster. It really
no
did.
Question.
And that's where I question going into it that they had 8 days to coach him up. And again, I don't think it reflects at all on how he's going to be long term. I really don't.
So, okay, if you're a parent and your kid does something that people look weird at, but you do it all the time too, you see the connection, right? Well, I learned from my dad. The owner of the team came out for 16 minutes and sounded like I don't mean to be disrespectful, but blubbered a little bit, right? Like just stumbling, bumbling, whatever. And then your head coach comes out and does it. Like, all right, if the owner can do it, so can I.
You don't score until you score.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was a confusing. I'm not kidding you that towards the end, and I taped it and watched it again. But towards the end, I really was like,
did you do you know a writer, Ken Berger?
Yes,
yeah,
from back in the day.
Yes, I know Ken Berger.
Ken Berger covered the original Andy Reid press conference, and he was unknown, inexperienced, red-faced, charged with turning a team around. Reid, who has never been a head coach anywhere, says he will succeed where more experienced men like Ray Rhodes, Rich Kotite, and Marion Campbell failed.
It's comical to look back on this now.
Now, guess what? That is the truth. There was so there's one right there. Philly Magazine had a piece. Dan McQuaid wrote it in 2016 where he went back and looked at Andy Reid's first press conference and some of the stuff that was being said about it. Jeffrey Lurie said at the time, we need somebody who is confident that they can take something that's been on a downhill slide the last year and a half and not only reverse it, but have a real focused plan on how to succeed. Well, this is what was being said at the time. When the Eagles were searching for a head coach in 1999, there were several hot prospects on the market. Then Jeffrey Lurie hired Andy Reid, and the reaction in Philadelphia was a slack-jawed, huh. That's what Ray Didinger and Robert Lyons wrote in the Eagles Encyclopedia. Bill Lyon, the columnist, God rest his soul, called Reid a large, lumbering, slightly rumpled man with a walrus mustache.
Accurate.
And he says, Peter King says, the people who thought the coach would get eaten alive, that were going to get eaten alive by the fans and the media in Philadelphia. Peter King said he will never make it here. He will be eaten alive.
It was like sweet and sour pork, right?
At freezing cold takes.
Terry Larimer in the morning call said Eagle fans are wondering if their new coach has much of a background. He's been a Packer aide for the last 7 years and wears the Super Bowl ring, but he's never been a head coach at every level and technically hasn't been a defensive or offensive coordinator either.
Let's go have a ham sandwich.
Then back in the time, there were people that were really attacking this hire. It was not, let's just put it this way. It was not felt upon. It was an excellent hire.
Okay, don't worry about it. Enjoy the win,
and they critiqued it. And they critiqued his performance. They critiqued his speaking ability. They were calling him, like, to me, I'm still surprised. Like, calling him there were 3 different references to a walrus.
Well, I mean, his mustache didn't led to it.
It's like, it just is.
I hear you.
Do you call a press conference and go, the new coach has come in, he's fat?
Hey, it was a different time and age.
But,
different day and age.
But, like, what does constitute... The only thing that constitutes a home run hire in most people's eyes is somebody with hardware, right?
Right.
Like a Joe Girardi.
Okay.
Everybody was kind of universally on board because the guy had rings. Anybody else that doesn't have rings or trophies in their hardware case, people are going to look at skeptically. And and it's been proven over and over again that you don't need hardware to get hardware.
We're not very good in this town with the unknown, and it's happened It's happened with Andy Reid, as he just laid out. Like, he had hardware, and the guy just dismissed it as, but he was just an aide. So when you find out that a guy even exists 48 hours ago, and then he's hired as head coach, you as a football fan go, well, if I don't know him, he must not be very good. And in reality, I don't expect many Eagles fans to be dialed into the coaching staff of the Indianapolis Colts.
Here's what I do, though, is that when I've been fooled in the past, and when Andy Reid got hired, I was absolutely on the phone that night with my friends going, this sucks. Why did they get this guy? I can tell you when they hired Chip Kelly, I was pissed. I ended up being right on that one. And when they ended up with Doug Peterson, I said, seriously, that's the best we can get? Mm-hmm. So I've been wrong enough that I just won't do it anymore.
Sure.
I won't do it anymore.
And why? Yeah, exactly. So why we go back to
I learned from it.
Right. We go back to the beginning of the show. I could care less.
This report's sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $4. Have you been wronged by a bad breakfast? Get the breakfast you deserve with Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $4 now on select breakfast sandwiches. Justice is served at participating Wendy's for a limited time only, single item at regular price. In Cooney's Corner, we got some celebration with the Phillies.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
It's baseball season, boys.
Yeah, DD's back.
2 weeks from camp.
Welcome to the party.
I hear what... I think Egan and I might be on the same train on this one. Their offense was pretty good last year. Their bullpen sucked, and their starters needed more. You brought back pretty much the offense that was really good last year. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Have they done enough? That is, and John, you posed this earlier, have they done enough? Now, they've strengthened the bullpen a little bit. Probably still need another starter. They got an innings eater the other day. A left-handed starter for the Phillies. How about that?
Wow.
Like, that's something you never see.
Not named Cole Irvin.
Right. So...
retread from Japan, but whatever.
Yeah, I hear you. But I'm not going overboard on this. I'm just saying what they did was good. Yeah, John, you're right. Yeah, they brought back guys that were a 500 team, but they brought back an offense that was really good, which was fun. If you didn't bring Didi back, like, where are you going here? You know, like, Segura's now your shortstop, and you got Kingery at sec. I don't know what was going to happen.
That's probably what would happen.
Right, so I'm okay. I'm good with this. I'm really good with this. I like the offense. Alec Boehm has a year under his belt. I like their offense. Yes, more needs to be done if they're going to come close to catching anything the Mets and Atlanta's going to be able to throw out this year. But it was good. It's a good weekend for them.
It's a very good weekend to get you back to exactly where you were. And the Phillies to me, I love Phillies baseball. It is something that I will, and honestly, in the pecking order, it's Eagles Phillies for me is what I follow.
Right.
And still in Atlanta, I would be Eagles Phillies is what I followed. And Jamie, the thing, I just look at, there's no bridging of the gap that's been done. To be able to compete in this division, there's no bridging of the gap that's been done.
They're in the best division in baseball. So that's unfortunate for them. The Nationals, Mets, and the Braves all had good off seasons. They improved, albeit slightly. They did improve. They're still screwed when it comes to their division. Unless they go get, a Colomb or a German Marquez off the trade block or somebody like that to really kind of strengthen the bullpen or the starting rotation. The only chance you have is if Spencer Howard really takes that next step and becomes, a 2. And I don't know if he's there yet.
Pat, the only way they're going anywhere is if Wheeler pitches like a 1A, Aaron Nola pitches like a 1A.
I'm assuming they will.
And you do get Spencer Howard to step up and pitch like a 3.
Yeah, when I say 2, I didn't mean the actual 2. I meant like that caliber of guy.
There are so many variables that need to be done right.
Yeah, Spencer Howard's the biggest question mark to me. He needs to step up. I mean, and we don't know how this pitching staff is going to deal with the new pitching coach. I think, John, you were the one who said that you talked to people and they said it was a home run hire.
Oh, no, they think they will be better off.
And I hope they will be. And I hope that he focuses heavily on the bullpen. But they've also focused on the bullpen this offseason. Thus, if their offense was good, their bullpen can't be any worse. They've improved on it. So, ipso facto.
What I'll say, though,
World
is
Series.
Do you believe in Dominguez?
Well, that's the thing. So, Sir Anthony Dominguez isn't even going to pitch because he took forever to have the surgery.
Correct.
So, you can just...
So, is he coming back? Is he coming back in July?
In 2022.
So, he's 2022.
Oh, yeah,
I would expect him back in 2022.
They've squandered 2 years of his career.
I mean, they literally dragged their feet on having him get surgery.
Okay. So, give me your back 3, Pat.
Archie Bradley, Coonrod, and Jojo Romero.
It doesn't compete.
No, I didn't say it does, but it's improved.
No, it doesn't compete.
They're not there yet, but what they did was something they had to do.
I think they just got back to where they were.
Well, offensively, that's okay. Like the improvements need to be made in the pitching, and to get the good offense back. Okay, you did that. Now you got to hit pitching.
I see 84. I think they have the roster looks like an 84 win team.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Maybe a high of like an 88 type of thing.
Yes.
But I do think
be high of
Yeah, I do think the bullpen is like one of the weirdest things in sports. Like
they can get hot.
Yeah, they can get really hot, or they can do what the Phillies did last year and just go right into the toilet. I do think they took some steps to improve the bullpen. I think Archie Bradley's going to bring some stability to that bullpen. But you're right, the Sir Anthony Hector Neris thing again.
Oh.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, I would piggyback off what Jamie said. I mean, look at 2008, right? They claimed Scott Air off waivers. They claimed J.C. Romero off waivers.
Okay.
Chad Durbin was a throw-in signing. Those guys ended up having amazing years. So, yeah, I mean, bullpens are hit or miss.
But I'm hearing that we need guys that are in the bullpen now that we've already seen the body of work on, that they're going to turn a corner.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And that goes back to what Jamie said. If you look at a lot of bullpen arms, they'll have one great year and one bad year and one great year. They yo-yo.
I'm waiting for those guys in the bullpen now to have the great year.
Oh, it's coming. It's this year.
On MLB.com, I don't know if anybody reads into this too much. It does have Archie Bradley listed as the closer.
Yeah, I saw that. That's interesting.
I would be more interested in Neris as the 8th inning guy, ideally. I like Bradley's stuff a lot. I think he's really good. But as a I mean, who knows? You know,
Look, Bradley.
He could be great.
Bradley intrigues me.
Yeah, he's got a big arm.
But the fact that we're even debating who the closer is...
then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you're back 3, if you can't give me a back 3, you're not competing in this division without a back 3.
Yeah. Hector Neris is probably the foundation of your bullpen.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Enough said.
Well, no, I mean, there's one other guy out there that they will get. I don't know who it is yet, but there's one other guy.
He's not going to be a foundational guy.
Yeah, but you don't know that. You don't, because I just said in 2008,
give me guys, so
when
guys
they claimed J.C. Romero off waivers from the Red Sox, you didn't think he was going to be a foundational guy. He ended up being the main lefty out of the bullpen.
There are guys, absolutely, you can every once in a while find a lottery ticket. You absolutely can.
And they need to.
Wishing on it, hoping on it is not a strategy. That's not a strategy. Not to compete in this division. Not to compete. Doc Rivers, let's just say Doc has me believing, and I refuse to stop believing. It's the John Kincade Show. We got lots more coming your way right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I got to tell you about my friends at Window Nation. They are absolutely the best. They're announcing the first ever virtual home show. You realize this? The first ever virtual home show, because we can't be getting out now and having the home show like they usually do in February. So what now? Yeah, you're going to get the best deal. 2 free windows with every 2 that you buy, and there's absolutely no limit on that. So buy 10, get 10. Buy 15, get 15. Get the idea? Plus no down payment, no payments, and no interest for 24 months. So you can worry about paying about this fantastic transaction. Pay it off in 2023. Start making your payments then. Window Nation has installed as an A+ Better Business Bureau rating right now. No one is more qualified to install your windows. My wife, she worries about these type of things. She's always checking the Better Business Bureau, and you should too. So buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Pay nothing for 2 full years. What more do you need to know? Well, you need to know this. The offer is available for you for a limited time. And this special virtual home show bonus, you can get a Nest thermostat with a house full of windows. That's a pretty good deal. They're even throwing stuff in, even with this spectacular deal. Call today. They will still be there to take your calls. 866-90-NATION. 866-90-NATION. Or go online at windownation.com and do a little window shopping and tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
A look ahead to this week in Philly sports. Brought to you by Comcast Business. Bounce forward.
Sixers are in action 3 times this week. Wednesday and Thursday at 7, then Saturday at 8 p.m. Their opponents, the Hornets, Blazers, and Nets. Hear every game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Flyers hit the ice Wednesday at 8 and Friday at 7 versus Boston. Then Sunday at noon versus the Caps.
When the unexpected comes calling, bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get internet speeds of up to a gig and a network with added security. Learn more at ComcastBusiness.com.
I hate Steven Singer.
I get that a lot.
You know why?
Why?
Because unless I buy my gifts from Steven Singer Jewelers, my wife isn't satisfied.
So, how can I help you?
Well, how do you get away with advertising real roses you don't throw in the trash in a week?
They're my famous roses, dipped in pure 24-karat gold. They last forever.
Sounds expensive.
They start at just $59. Each one comes in a premium color and is shipped in our signature gift box with a love message from you.
Do I have to water it?
Nope, it's a real rose, and it's preserved in pure gold.
All right. How do I get one?
Easy. Just go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
Shipping.
It's free, and your rose is guaranteed for life.
What if she hates my personal love message?
Just pick one from our online list.
Just click on IHateStevenSinger.com to see the entire collection of real roses dipped in 24-karat gold. No matter how you feel about Steven Singer, she'll love it.
Do you still hate me?
Absolutely.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades and built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty for a performance like no other. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 straight years. And right now, don't miss out on all the great offers on the entire lineup of Ford trucks. Go to buyfordnow.com, then get to your local Ford store. Best-selling claim based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total savings.
For the big game, there's one thing everyone can agree on. Fresh, soft pretzels. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com now and order your pretzel tray. You can't forget the pretzels, and there's bound to be a Philly Pretzel Factory near you. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com to find your location. Score the extra point with your choice of dips, from cheese to chocolate to super hot mustard. You and your pretzel tray will be the real MVP of the game. Philly Pretzel Factory, where better gets made.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard. For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to talk to an advisor today who's ready to help with all your small business needs. 877-ASK-DELL.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired fitness celebrity Billy Blanks.
Okay, everybody, our car just got a broken windshield. How about we blow off some steam? Now punch, now kick.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's going to make me want to go jab and jab.
Nope. Your Geico claims team is always there for you.
Okay, do I still get my post-workout protein shake?
Sure, Billy. Geico, great service without all the drama.
The number one question on every guy's mind this Valentine's Day is, what's the gift that's going to wow? So 1-800-Flowers is here with a helpful hint. Go with roses. Right now, 1-800-Flowers is offering the 18-stem Enchanted Rose Medley for just $39.99. Or double it to 36 roses for $20 more. To order, go to 1-800-Flowers.com, click the radio icon, and enter code KJZ. Again, go to 1-800-Flowers.com and enter code KJZ. That's 1-800-Flowers.com, code KJZ.
Recently, Total Wireless helped Charlie Michelle stage a virtual dance recital for her friends and family.
This event was super meaningful to them.
Because when you move to Total Wireless, you can get amazing devices on nationwide 5G. And with unlimited plans starting at $25 a month, you could save up to $1,200 a year.
Thank you, Total Wireless, for helping me pull this off.
Total Wireless. Do amazing. Compatible 5G device required. 5G network in limited areas. Month equals 30 days. Savings claim made when compared to 4-line postpaid plans of leading carriers 10-20-20. See terms and conditions at TotalWireless.com.
Celebrate the 55th edition of the Big Game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, well, new users can bet on either team and get 55-1 odds when Tampa Bay and Kansas City play next Sunday. That's right. You can bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the Big Game on February 7th. I'm going to ride with KC. I think it's time for the baby GOAT to take over Tom Brady, the adult GOAT. Let's ride with Patrick Mahomes. You know, I've been betting on football all season long on FanDuel. The app is so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials. My favorite feature, the same game parlays, where you can get a massive payout. There's no better time than now. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Fanatic to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Fanatic.
Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on a designated Boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next, and bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to comcastbusiness.com to learn more.
This weekend, it's finally here, the 55th Big Game, and I can't wait. It should be a damn national holiday. That's how good this weekend is. And to celebrate football's finale, DraftKings Sportsbook, it's America's top-rated sportsbook app, they're doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in the Big Game. It sounds simple, right? You'll double your money if a touchdown is scored. That's right. All it takes is for one touchdown to be scored Sunday night, and boom, your money is doubled. As if this game wasn't enough reason to party, you double your cash. You'll be celebrating the double the cash until next season. And don't forget about DraftKings Big Game Prediction Challenge with up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs and instant prizes for everyone who enters the contest. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up using code FANATIC. That's FANATIC to get a shot at doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in Sunday's game. That's code FANATIC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/prediction-challenge-DFS for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello? We just made your listening experience easier. 97.5 The Fanatic is now on radio.com. Radio.com. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Jamie, what was that? /
That's DraftKings.com/prediction-challenge-DFS for details, John.
It is the John .org. It is the John Kincade Show / 97.5 The Fanatic / man. That is today has been in my head word salad. Like it's been. But hearing that. I almost peed myself thinking, do I have to read this coming up? Make sure I'm checking through all my
Jamie
copy.
sprained his tongue.
I do not have to read
Spitting all over my mic here.
Oh my gosh. That is unbelievable. It is the John Kincade Show. Hopefully, if you are out on the roads, you are taking care of yourself. So I got the report. Fireman Dan from Bryn Mawr checks in. It is sleeting in Havertown right now. And he's heading to the firehouse. So,
atta guy.
Fireman Dan is in at the Bryn Mawr Fire Company.
Firemen don't get snow days.
So, there is no snow day for him.
No.
God, you guys see that fire down in Ocean City this
week? Did you know that pirate ship is from the World's Fair?
Oh, right, yeah.
The Castaway Cove pirate ship was from the 1930 World's Fair.
Really?
We go to Castaway Cove every year. Like that's Tommy's place to go.
How many? So Bob's is 14th Street. on the grill. So Bob's Grill's at 14th Street.
It's not far from there.
Where is it? So it's
I want
lower
on 9th
numbers?
Street.
Lower numbers. Okay, so it's 9th Street.
Down
so it's near the Saltwater
towards the high
Taffy.
school. Yeah.
It's right by the all-campus hat store. I go in every summer.
Yeah, there's a Dairy Queen right there.
Okay, right,
The Dairy Queen actually got a lot of damage done to it also.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
The girls, I got to tell you this, the girls have never vacationed at the Jersey Shore.
Oh.
And,
That'll be cool to watch it through their eyes.
And they demanded that one of the things when I took this job is they said, Dad, before school starts, before her senior year begins, because this summer will be before her senior year, she says, we are heading to the shore. We're heading down the shore.
You have to rent a house for a week.
Well, I'm not going to do it for a week because we have 2 other trips that are already there. So we're going to go for like 3 or 4 nights down to the shore.
Yeah.
All right.
So it'll be fun.
Long weekend.
And be able to check that out. Oh, they can't wait. They're so excited for the Jersey Shore.
Yeah,
Well, they should be.
I guess there's nothing really in the South boardwalk-wise.
No, you're not at Boardwalk.
Yeah.
But the beaches are spectacular.
Warning, this is a hot take alert.
I think it's so overrated.
The beaches are spectacular.
What's overrated?
That's why I hit the button for the hot take alert, and I'm going to duck from catching shrapnel. I think the Jersey Shore is overrated.
No, I'm telling you is that the beaches in Florida are spectacular.
I can imagine.
And you can drive. So you can drive to the beach and throw everything in the car and everything. Much longer than driving to the Jersey Shore. But we're gonna be checking it out this summer. You don't like it though. It's
not that I don't like it. I think for the price, you could do a lot better than the Jersey Shore.
So far for you to have to walk from. Is that what it is? It's the beach is too long to walk.
Well, Wildwood's beach. I mean,
yeah, you're talking Wildwood. Ocean City's not like that.
Ocean City's not as bad.
I like Ocean City, and I like going. I just think for the amount of
it's overpriced.
For the amount of money that people pay to go to the shore, you could do so much other better things than just go sit on the beach, get fried.
All right. Well, here's what I want to do. I'll propose it right now. Sales department, are you listening? How about us in a shore house for a week, broadcasting down at the boardwalk?
Hell yeah!
I would say no.
What really?
That sounds awesome.
Management just axed it.
Coach said no. I mean, is this? We should broadcast for a week.
Egan, you can stay here.
Down at the beach.
Yeah, Pat, you can be on the
Someone's
board.
got to run the board.
And stay in a shore house.
I said I like going.
Stay in a shore house.
Oh, no, you said it's
you're out.
overrated.
You're
Yeah,
out.
you're done.
And I'm telling you, I can think of lots of great opportunities for our sponsors to be involved.
Yeah, absolutely. The amount of sugar on the boardwalk, I'm shocked that Pat Egan is turned off by it.
I like. I
Sugar as
just
in
think
food?
for the price, I think it's overpriced. But I like going.
Caramel Johnson's popcorn,
I
Core Brothers.
I want to head
ice
down.
cream.
I want to head down. So who do I put on notice? Is Jamie Frankel on notice?
Yeah, we can go
So
into
Jamie,
her
you're on
office
notice.
today. Yeah.
You're on notice.
I don't know if she'll be there, but let's go in her office anyway.
We can virtually go in her office maybe. There'll be a
Sure.
virtual screen set up where she, so I'm putting it on notice.
You have
We
to
got
keep
yelled
quiet
at,
when you
but
go down
we
there,
got yelled
though.
at by Jamie on Thursday or Friday.
Friday, me and
Really?
Jamie got yelled at.
Yeah, Bob and I got yelled at.
By whom?
Jamie Frankel.
Jamie yelled at you?
Yes.
Well,
She doesn't yell at me at all.
in the Jamie way. It wasn't
Oh, you
really a
shouldn't yell
yell,
at me at
but
all.
we were being a little disruptive to our Zoom meeting.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Hey, this update is brought to you by the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. Do you know that the update is brought to you by these fantastic people at Parks Casino because they want you to use the hometown sports betting app. Go to parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code Fanatic. What do we got? Well, I got a lot of love here for Doc Rivers.
Oh.
I got to tell you right now, I'm enjoying watching Doc Rivers' team play so much. It is so, I want to be, more than anything, I want to be entertained. We do this job, and we talk about sports teams, and we talk about sports performances. I want to be entertained while I'm working. Because we got a great job. We got a fun job.
Yeah.
Right now, man, you got the two winter sports teams are clicking in this town.
Yeah.
And Doc Rivers, to me, just brings such a level of competence to the job. It's so fun to watch.
Yeah. Like last night, we're watching it in the hotel room, and we, because the hotel didn't have the channel that the Sixers were on, so we had it up on
By the way,
Egan's
we're not going
computer.
to face that again. It only when they're both playing at the same time.
Right.
Yes.
And we're hopefully not going to be in a hotel together again. But anyway, watching that game, I realize, like, I take every game to heart. I like, it bothers me when this doesn't happen, or I get joy when this happens. And I'm watching that, and they get down 16 last night, and I was like, God, they have this mindset that they can't win without Joel Embiid. And it's similar to the mindset that they had last year of, when we go on the road, we can't win. It's not so much physicality or anything like that. I really believe it's mental. So last night, to get down 16 and have your coach say, no, let's go zone, and we're going to rely on backups, Furkan Korkmaz in particular, and we'll get this back. He went zone, and he had Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle up front. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, the coaching move that he made. And further, John, to enhance it, he got the mentality of his players back, I think. When them thinking subconsciously we can't win without Joel, what he did last night made them look at him and say, but we can win with you.
Yeah, 2 takeaways I had from last night. One, is there a better case for Joel Embiid's MVP candidacy than them playing without him? Like, MVP doesn't always necessarily mean the best per se, but the most important to their team. And the Sixers are an entirely different team, to Bob's point, without him. And I think look, it's going to hold him back from winning it because of the load management thing, but it's so evident to me right now, at least, he's the most important person to his team.
What it holds me back on for a most valuable player for Joel Embiid is him being out, meaning the team loses most of the time when he's not in. To me, him not verbalizing, saying, I want to be in there.
I wonder if
that bothers me.
Bob might know better. I wonder if his voice actually carries weight with those conversations, because I don't think it does.
So you think that if Joel Embiid sat behind a microphone and said, I want the fans to know, I want to play every game, or I want to take the occasional game off, and I don't like this load management. Do you believe that, first of all, I think the fans would, I think everybody in basketball would have his back. I think they'd all have his back.
I'll let you, I think they're protecting him from himself.
What?
He has said it. He has said, I don't like it. I want to play out there. I mean, we have it. He's said it over and over again. I want to be out there every game. I want to play. But he's also said, well, it's all about load management.
Correct. So he's buying into this.
I know when I was around him that he hated it. He hated that they would sit him on nights, and they had to convince him. Look, they have a medical staff that makes the rules. And when I was covering the team, the coaches, everybody had to follow what the medical staff said. Their thing is to get the most out of the guy when you need him the most, playoffs. This is the track we're going to follow, and they're not going to deter.
Yeah, I definitely think he wants to play. I just think that they are playing the long game here with him.
What's the long game?
Long game is keeping him healthy, because if he comes up with an injury, and call it whatever you want, kid gloves or not, bubble wrap, but if he comes up with an injury, then the season's pretty much over. I mean, You're not going to win in the playoffs without Joel Embiid, so it's like, okay, well, you got to pick your battles, and I think the team is doing that. I think Joel Embiid wants to play every game.
I would love to hear it more emphatically. I honestly would. I would like to see at this point, and first of all, did Doc Rivers take a job where he was knowing he was going to coach in a straitjacket with handcuffs?
He's
not Houdini.
Yeah, but he had the same situation with Kawhi, because he's got that quad, issue that they try and have him ready for the playoffs. So I don't think it's not new to him. I don't think he's shocked by the decisions.
As much as we hate it, it's just the way of the NBA anymore. And look, I'm with you, John. Believe me, I've cried for years about...
For selected players, it is.
Yeah, exactly. For star...
I can watch old man... I can watch the biggest star in the game never want to take a night off, who is considerably older, considerably more miles on the treadmill.
Yeah, but do they have lower back problems, a knee problem, and a foot problem that they've gone through early in their career? I think they're just trying to bubble wrap them, more or less.
And I think that's what it is. And I know, Pat, you don't like that term, the bubble wrap or whatever, that they're doing that, but that's what they are doing.
Yeah, no, I acknowledge that's what they're doing.
I don't like the idea of, I don't know what you gain by bubble wrap.
Well, I mean, I had this argument a couple of years ago that he shouldn't even be playing in All-Star games because it's a meaningless game. But what you saw last night was not a meaningless game. It's meaningful. That's why I'm all for playing him. But if they don't want to, I understand the logic, because he's an often injured big man who's on an MVP trajectory right now.
I had somebody say to me once, there was a young broadcaster that I said, I'm really impressed by this guy. Really impressed.
Mm-hmm. His name was Jamie Lynch.
No, it wasn't that.
Oh.
And I said, I literally said to management, you should give this person a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, but he has no track record and he hasn't done enough. And I said, give the person a chance.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it'll work. I got a thank you note just around 2 weeks ago saying, by the way, you were spot on.
How about that?
With this person. And I'm like, because he was afraid, going, well, what if he screws up? I said, we have hosts that screw up all the time in business. Let them screw up.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Sometimes people screw up. What's worse? You're going to have a bad show on your air?
Yeah.
Guess what? stations have bad shows on there all the time, unfortunately. And so you got to take some chances, got to break some eggs. Hey, I know that NJ Diet contractually guarantees that you lose 20 to 40 pounds in only 40 days because I've heard Anthony talk about it. Now offering live online video consultations. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or visit njdiet.com. In the linchpin, he just can't stop talking. Just can't.
This is the linchpin.
Malcolm Jenkins, I think, alluded to the problems that all the articles have talked about for the last 2 or 3 years about Carson Wentz. He was on the Rich Eisen show on Friday and naturally was asked about the Eagles. You know, look, he was a leader on this team. He's a business owner in town. The city means a lot to him. He won a Super Bowl here, yada, yada, yada. We all know Malcolm Jenkins' resume.
Right.
Here's Malcolm Jenkins himself, and then we'll discuss.
There was just too much leeway, and it didn't make him a better player. I don't think they did him any favors by, trying to kind of protect his ego or trying to just really protect him as a player, as opposed to just like every other player, it's like keeping it performance-based and really being, real about what he needed to improve on, but also adjusting to put him in places that can make him successful. And I think, that's a little bit on the coaching staff. That's also some onus on the player.
That's pretty damning. Not only he's right that it's a reflection of both the player and the coaching staff. Doug for allowing it, Carson, but Doug kind of gave Carson the keys to the car, and they didn't like the way it was run or driven, I should say, and they didn't step back in to take it away. They kind of let Carson hang himself. It seems like for a leader of the team, a former leader of the team, to say that stuff and to mention ego. That's pretty damning.
And it does. I do like that he shifted the blame, that he sort of put a shared blame out there.
Yeah.
But I got to say that it's quite damning on Carson Wentz.
It is. But again, I can't help but go to, okay, keep my team out your mouth.
I agree with you.
It's like...
Well, let's move past that and just talk about the comments.
Right. You're right.
But it is part of this storyline. He can't let go.
Yeah, but you're right, Jamie.
Let go. And by the way, he's not doing any favors. So when he's talking about it, he's not doing any favors.
He did preface the comments that you just heard saying, "Look, I'm a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles." And John rolls his eyes, but I do believe he has a fondness with the guys in the locker room. Like, he still probably has some very close friends in that locker room, and I think he loved his time here. So I thought it was really cool. I understand your point, but the fact that he says I'm still a Philadelphia Eagle fan.
Seriously, I'm doing
He's one of us, Jamie.
You're watching right now.
One of us.
I'm rolling
One of us.
I mean, it's this whole...
But the comments themselves, regardless of... They're pretty bad.
Hey, yeah. I want to let everybody know, I'm a friend of Jamie Lynch. I have Jamie Lynch's back, and I feel like a part of it. But later on today, I'm going to do an interview where I'm going to say derogatory things about Jamie Lynch.
That's fine.
It's stupid.
Am I getting Carson Wentz's pay salary?
It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
His words don't mean anything. Like, you don't give them any value.
No, I do. But there are times when you don't have to answer a question. You don't have to insert yourself in professional sports. Rarely do you see a guy playing for one team that inserts himself into the business of the team that he no longer plays for.
I like it because I think it's the truth.
I just don't understand why you need to do it.
I hate this.
I'm on both sides.
I love. You're right. He's an insider. I mean,
yeah.
He was the leader, not just an insider. He was the leader of that clubhouse.
Do you find what he said truthful?
I don't know how truthful. I find what he said.
I think it's his truth.
His truth. Yes.
I think it's damning on an organization.
Sure.
I think he should have been happy to get out. Here's what I thought of too. He was so upset at leaving, yet he leaves and says how bad it was. That there's something there that doesn't connect, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to stay. Oh, they didn't sign me. I can't believe they didn't sign me. I go somewhere else and I say how bad it was. Well, why would you want to stay somewhere?
Everything he said ties back to the Jeff McClain piece 2 weeks ago, where Carson and Doug stopped meeting on Thursdays, and he was given the freedom to It's all when you weave the stories together the last 3 years, they all connect.
Yeah, it's confirming what we've heard before.
Yeah.
I mean, I said a little earlier, you can't want insight and then complain where it comes from. I mean, if this guy was in the locker room.
Who wants the insight?
You don't want insight on the team? Yeah,
No,
I
I don't
want
want somebody from another organization trashing my starting quarterback.
I don't look at it like trashing. I think he could have.
He did.
I don't.
That is
if
not
it was
a
somebody from the
positive
organization
perception.
that wasn't in the locker room before, I get your point. But
Who
he
is
was in the locker
doing
room.
this in the NFL?
I mean, if you want to look at Jalen Ramsey, trashes opponents.
Yeah, I understand that. But you don't, it's very rare.
It is rare.
That you find a player that has to talk about their old team and stuff that went on in the locker room behind the scenes.
And that's probably why I like it.
About active players.
Because it's rare. And because it's rare, I find it truthful.
Let me give you this. Don't with the truth stuff. Malcolm Jenkins, and anytime I hear someone use the expression, it's his truth. No. It's his perception.
Sure.
It's his opinion. There's only one truth. There's only one truth.
But does it give...
Like, you and I can be in a situation. There are not two truths. There's only one truth. What we're talking about is Malcolm Jenkins' perception. Malcolm Jenkins' opinion. It's not his truth is an opinion. There's only one truth. There's not multiple truths in any situation. Only one true thing happened. We don't know if we got the truth. All we know is we got an opinion.
But it makes me believe it because it links together the Jeff McClain story, the Joe Santoliquito story, the Josina links. So it's on that same plane. So I tend to believe him.
It does help you confirm that.
I don't see a reason why you would have lied about it.
No, what I'm saying to you is that when it's one of my pet peeves with his truth.
Well, it's hard with
speak your truth. Your truth.
It's hard with truth in this situation. The only truth is we know is that he stopped going to these meetings and he was given the keys to the offense and.
Just we don't know a lot of
king in his kingdom.
Well, what you worry about is sour grapes as far as truth goes too. The only thing and look, this isn't the good part of me, but when somebody comes out with something, I look and say, all right, is there an angle here? You know, for him to come out and say, like I said, he loved it here, he wanted to stay, then he leaves and badmouths?
Correct.
I mean,
correct.
I'm not doubting him. I'm just saying.
And by the way, he left for money.
Yeah, he did.
He left for money.
But is it
so? Guess what? And I am a capitalist to the nth degree. If he wanted to leave for money, that's fine. But don't act like you were crapped on because someone doesn't want to pay you what you want to be paid, and then act like it wasn't about the money. It was about the money.
Sure.
And that's why he left.
But is it is it crapping on them if it's the truth? Like, and look, I understand perception. Perception. Like, if what he's saying is true, is he crapping on them, or is he just telling it?
I never said crapping on him.
Crapping on is your term you're using. What I'm saying is that we don't know. All we know is that was his opinion of what happened. We don't know. Because remember.
I think I know.
Remember, when the stories first came out, Joe Santoliquito's piece could have been sourced better, as we discussed. Joe had the story.
Sure.
He just didn't have it sourced well enough at the time.
Yeah.
But he had the story, and there were media members out the wazoo that tried to shoot that full of holes and said it didn't exist. And many of them are still in this town.
So does this lend to the Josina leak, that just got tweeted in by MTW6? Could it be possible Malcolm Jenkins was the guy going to Josina and the media?
I've heard that before.
I've heard from good intel that it is Alshon, but it's interesting to think about.
I've heard it the same way. Could very well be. We got lots coming up in the final hour of the show. Are you out on the roadways? If you are, hands at 10 and 2. And remember, you've got anti-lock brakes on most of these cars. You don't need to pump the brakes. And remember, if you start to slide, turn the wheel in the direction of the slide.
Yes.
Not in the opposite direction.
Egan almost went off the road yesterday.
Yeah, I watched Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, and I was feeling it.
Hey, there you go. So be careful out there. We love it when you're a part of the show. Be streaming that app all day long, no matter where you go. Make sure you're checking us out on YouTube today. Maybe you're at home. You can check out the YouTube show. You can check it out on twitch.tv if you're one of the cool kids. So we love that, too. Coming up, why having a smart football team deserves a smart message. And we'll get to that with you next. It's the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. And I love the fact that I can be constantly connected to my family, to my friends, and everybody through my T-Mobile device. I love having the best in phones. I love having the best in service. And when T-Mobile and Sprint merged, it was absolutely over with in the wireless industry. They had the best network ever. They created it. And it's the best, and no one can touch it. But I love this about being a T-Mobile spokesperson for you, is that I have never not been a T-Mobile customer. From day one, I was a PowerTel customer. Then they became T-Mobile, and I've never left. Why? Because I don't have to chase deals. When I've got great service, when I've got great customer service behind the scenes, when I know that I'm not paying outrageous prices, I know I don't have to make the switch no matter what exciting commercial comes across on Sunday as I'm watching football games on TV. They got more towers, they got more engineers, they got the best network, and T-Mobile is waiting to keep you connected. Check out T-Mobile today. Visit T-Mobile.com. Go into a T-Mobile store. You're going to love it. Coverage is not available in some areas.
The John Kincade Show.
God, I am so sick of this crap.
Is this the show?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-279-8755. 800-279-8755. 800-279-8755.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Guys, waking up over and over to pee is not okay. But now, you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced. We're talking about less urges to pee at night, less bathroom trips during the day, and better bladder emptying. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. You can try a full 30-day bottle of P3 Advanced. Free. Just pay shipping and handling. No strings attached, no obligations, and no commitments to buy. This is a 30-day supply. Absolutely free. Call 1-800-478-4616. Super Beta Prostate is the best-selling brand in major retailers like Walmart. But for this no-strings-attached free bottle, you must call now. Call 1-800-478-4616. Don't miss out on this unprecedented free offer. Call 1-800-478-4616. 1-800-478-4616.
Good morning, Privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone?
Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Without more licensed workers, Gary's roofing business might hit its ceiling.
Hey, that new contract just got pushed up. We are gonna need all hands on deck to make this happen.
Hey, Gary, you booked me on that other job next week.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dealing with battery problems? We can help you out and get you ready for the colder weather ahead. Let's start with a free battery test. If you just need a free charge, we can help with that too. And if it's time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2019.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Valentine's Day is almost here, and if you're still dragging your feet, here's my advice. Get a gift she'll be proud to show off. Visit Family & Company Jewelers in Marlton, New Jersey, and they'll show you an amazing selection of gifts at every price point, and you are guaranteed to walk out with a gift that will make her fall in love with you all over again. Shop local and visit their showroom on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, or online at FamilyJewelers.com. Family & Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
Family & Company Jewelers.
Dealers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money. Easy to learn, easy to use, small business software tailored just for you. With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
When the winters are mild, the deals are wild. Gary Barbera knows how to sell a Jeep cheap. $199 down or $199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here, and you know what you need to do? Why you need to celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team and get 55-1 odds when you play either Tampa Bay or Kansas City in Sunday's big game. That's right. You can bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. We've been talking about it here. Can you bet against Tom Brady? Well, why not? Eagles beat him a couple years ago. Or do you go with the guy who's been playing unbelievable football the last few years in Patrick Mahomes? Well, you know we've all been betting on FanDuel all season long. I love all the different things that you can do, and you will too. Pick a player. You can do whatever you want, over-unders, whatever it may be. Team. There's so many different things you can do, and the app is so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials. My favorite feature, the same-game parlay where you can get a massive payout. There's no better time than now. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Bob to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Bob. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
And the warning already went out. Adam Joseph, listening, I know he is. Cecily Tynan. Do not overlap General Hospital this afternoon.
Oh, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're out. I'm telling you.
A nor'easter? This is porn for weather people.
This is the height of the storm, too, around 3 o'clock today.
Really?
Yeah, you're going to be so disappointed.
Okay, and I'm promising I will be pelting. I will go leave my hotel, and I will walk down and I will pelt Adam Joseph with snowballs during a live shot.
Jamie and I will be sitting back in my room with our feet up. Maybe
I'll record it on the TV when they pull you away in cuffs.
Just a little pointer too. Adam Joseph yesterday, you know, and his huge social media following, and everybody loves Adam. Just everybody loves him. He used a football analogy. As he's like doing the storms, he's tweeting out like football analogies for people. I said, stay in your lane. Like, stay in your lane.
Well, wait a minute. What was his analogy?
I know he's like he goes to use like a football analogy, and I said, wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Adam, and I said, stay in your lane. Like, I mean, you've already you're dominating. You know, you're everybody's sweetheart. Everyone loves Adam Joseph. I mean, we don't need you in the football corner. We got that handled here.
Wow.
I'm tired of this.
That's aggressive.
That's really territorial.
You leave my Adam Joseph alone.
He's invading.
Yeah, I'm siding with
our
Adam.
territory.
No, you're invited over.
Yeah, you're a newcomer compared to him.
He's invading our territory.
He's going to give you a military buzz cut when he comes and cuts your hair.
I can't wait for John to text us all later and say, hey, what's everyone up to? You want to come over? And we're like, no, we're hanging out with Adam.
We're hanging out with Adam. The 9 o'clock hour brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster.com. Cordial King sends along, an insightful note on Twitter. He says, I want insight to my team. He tries to say that this is what I was saying. He says, I want insight to my team, but I want to know what's really going on, but I only want to hear it from an inside source on my team who will only deliver a favorable narrative for the franchise he works for. And I said, no. I said, but beware the scorned lover giving you the most honest of assessments.
Was he being sarcastic to you?
Yes, he's being sarcastic to me. So I said to him, no, beware the scorned lover. So how many guys out there have a ex-lover that they break up with that they believe that woman is going to give the most honest assessment of them as a person? Should we trust them? Everything they say about you. You've broken up. You're divorced. You broke up, whatever. So I should listen to them and say, they're scorned. And I should say, you know what? Yes, exactly what they said.
But if she nails your biggest flaw or weakness as a male in the relationship,
we don't know.
But you would know.
We don't know. We maybe would know.
You might know.
No, but do I believe? No, I'm an outsider to this. We don't know, Jamie.
Well, the people involved know.
But we don't know that their assessment is real. We don't know that their assessment is dialed up to a 10. Or they may have an agenda. They may have an agenda as a scorned lover.
They could
say Jamie Lynch farts in the bedroom.
But I definitely do
whatever
that.
It is.
Yeah.
So,
what hurts the most? The truth. And if you're scorned, you're gonna dag the truth.
Not necessarily. I don't. There's a lot of agenda-driven people that will say things about people to try to spin a narrative.
I think the truth hurts the most, and I think what Malcolm said is accurate.
Okay, you're choosing to believe that his narrative is completely true.
So the biggest question I have again is, well, then why did you want to stay? If the organization was going in the bleeper so bad,
why do you want to stay?
And I'm not
because it got exponentially worse this year.
No.
But hey, he doesn't know that.
To see it this year.
Well, he talks to probably Brandon Graham.
So he's hearing secondhand what happened.
But like if Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson stop meeting on Thursdays, that's a truth.
So no, but he's saying secondhand. He's getting information. Then you're
from trusted people.
I don't need to hear secondhand.
I believe everything.
Whisper down the lane stuff. I don't need to hear it. The 9 o'clock hour begins with this: the Sirianni press conference debacle may mean nothing. I heard hosts on this station this weekend telling me it means nothing. Rob Motti had it yesterday. Also heard after Rob, and I'm drawing a blank on
Joe Stazak.
Joe Stazak said it. You know, it may mean nothing, and they may be exactly correct. The fumbling, bumbling press conference on Friday, the apparently unprepared for the toughest questions press conference may mean nothing. What those gentlemen said yesterday on our airwaves here on 97.5 The Fanatic is exactly true. But what could also be true is that it could mean something. It might mean something. We had both sides of the debate on social media on Friday. Grand proclamations, left and right. Everybody having something to say about Nick Sirianni. Relatively, none of them are fair. But one side, in the long run, may end up being accurate. You cannot say that him botching that press conference on Friday meant nothing. Because it may mean something. We may find out that he's over his head. We may find that out in his first year on the job. There are coaches in the NFL 1 year on the job that are over their head. It's so bad that they have to be replaced. You cannot come out and proclaim that him botching that press conference on Friday meant nothing. Because there's a chance that it may mean something. Now, me personally, I don't want to overreact to it. But I'm going to tell you this. If you want to have a smart football team, you better sound smart explaining how and why this is going to be executed. I'm going to play this right after we end this. The coach should have been better prepared to have an answer if he's worried about his team being smart. But it's okay. The hot take crew of sports talk media never, ever tend to be themselves. And that's where we begin the 9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show here with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. And, Pat, I'd love to hear it about the smart football team from the head coach.
Doesn't sound too smart, does it?
It doesn't sound too. It doesn't sound too smart. It doesn't sound too smart.
The thing that's very important to me is that we build a smart football team. And I know we have the people in place to do that. The first part of being smart is knowing what to do. We're going to have systems in place that are easier to learn. Complicated to the defense or offense that they're going against or the special teams group they're going against, but easy for us to learn. When we can learn our system and we can get good at our system, then our talent can take over. Less thinking equals talent take over, and we will have systems in place to do so.
He was running out of air. If you hear it at the end, he's choking because he's running out of air because he didn't even know how to explain how they were going to be a smart football team. So am I supposed to have confidence that he knows how to make a smart football team from that? Now, look, again, I don't want to be the guy that overreacts. I'm not going to overreact to this. I'm going to let him have his say. This guy deserves a leash. He deserves a leash.
Yeah.
But, Bob, that bothered me. That answer of all bothered me the most.
It was head-scratching. You're talking about we're going to be smart and then not thinking.
My gosh.
I understood what he was trying to say, meaning you're going to be so well-versed in it that you're just going to react and it'll be smart football. I understand that. But look, like some of the stuff you read earlier, John, about Andy Reid, and when he came here and people went off saying, oh, my God, this guy's not going to. Well, Andy Reid, unbeknownst to us, and it came out, I don't think it came out the first year. I believe it came out later. That he walked into that meeting with binders and binders of notes that he had taken through the years and what he would do in certain situations if he ever got afforded to be a head coach. And it blew them away. He didn't blow them away on a press conference. He didn't blow Philadelphia away on a press conference, but he blew ownership group away with his preparedness as for what he would do in certain situations of a football game. Somehow Nick Sirianni must have gone into these meetings with Howie and Jeffrey Lurie and wowed them with something. It wasn't in front of a microphone in a Zoom conference, obviously, but there has to be something there that he proposed to them that they saw that they liked.
Yeah, there's no way what you saw on Friday on that podium is what Jeffrey Lurie and Don Smolensky and maybe Howie Roseman, if they were all there, saw in the interview process. They saw something that stood out because, look, the one thing you can give them credit for is doing their homework. They had 10 guys, maybe even 11, basically sit down for some form of an interview or another, and he stood out. Like, you got to give Jeffrey Lurie credit. For the most part, he's been pretty good with his coaching hires. So for this guy to stand out in that process of 11 hours or whatever the hell they met for, he was doing something right.
All I'm going to say to you is this, is that I totally get what you guys just said, and I'm falling into that camp. I'm not going to overreact to this. I'm just not. I'm not going to allow it to be the hot take. This tells me something about his future. But people mandating to me and saying to me, and it's other hosts on our station, it's other people in the media, writers that I read this weekend that said, this doesn't mean anything. He could be a great coach. He could be a great coach, but it might mean something. We may find out that this was just the tip of the iceberg, that this guy is over his head.
Yeah,
you can't just proclaim that he's okay.
Yeah, I tweeted something on Friday, and somebody tweeted back at me, and they said, I was like, this is no indication on how he'll be as a head coach. And somebody tweeted me back and said, until it isn't.
But it could
and
be.
I was like, yeah, you're right. Of course, if he fails. But I also don't, whatever. I don't think the press conference will, his scheme will suck if he fails. I still don't think. I think he's comfortable in a locker room. He's not comfortable in a podium.
Yeah, he's just not a good orator. I mean, we've dealt with this before. Charlie Emanuel was the biggest bumbling idiot that everybody couldn't stand until he won. All he has to do is win. The Gosh It Went Great press conference of Doug Peterson was ridiculed, and now we laugh about it. Why do we laugh about it? Because he won.
Absolutely.
It's not used as a barometer of, see, he never could do the job. We just laugh about it if Gosh It Went Great. So as long as he wins, no one's going to care.
And I just don't believe in – I believe coaches have to have a shelf life. I think in the NFL, I usually think a 3-year window. I really do believe a 3-year window.
Well, look at Andy Reid.
In college, I believe a 3-year window.
He had the longest shelf life of anybody not named Marvin Lewis, and he's going to go down as the winningest coach in the history of the game, most likely.
Hey, getting you moving starts with keeping you safe. So no matter what life throws your way, Rothman Orthopedics can help you get past pain and be what you were. And Jamie, I found out Rothman Orthopedics does not do dogs. So they take care of all of us human beings. So if you've got 2 legs, get on into Rothman Orthopedics. They'll take great care of you. Visit RothmanOrtho.com. And in Cooney's Corner, I just love talking like this.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
John, if there's a goal that you're trying to obtain in life, whether you're a student, whether you're just starting out in the workplace, or a KG veteran, there's always got to be a goal. Yes. There's got to be a goal ahead of you. It's what drives you. It's what keeps you going, whatever it may be. Sometimes you keep it to yourself about what that goal may be because you silently want to get it or you silently want to help your coworkers get it. Alain Vigneault ain't about that. Because when he talks openly about what his goal is for this team, I love it.
I came here to Philly to win a Stanley Cup. And to win a Stanley Cup, there's a certain way that you have to play.
Love it.
Now he was talking.
Simple. It's simple.
Right. And to further on that, what he was talking about was playing 5-on-5 hockey. This was after a win the other night. This is after a win in which they improved to 6-2-1 on the year. They're playing winning hockey. Whether they're playing well or not is a different subject. He does this after a win, and he's sitting one of his most valuable players in his explanation in Travis Konechny. At first, I thought, wow, is it too much that he's throwing Stanley Cup out there, sitting a 23-year-old? You have a lot of young guys on this team. And then I was like, you know what? No. Because as much as I talk about, or we talk about how we don't like softness in sports, i.e. Joel Embiid sitting, I can't be hypocritical and say, well, no, you got to, treat these kids with soft gloves. No. Put it out there. I came here to win a Stanley Cup, and if we're going to do that, Travis Konechny, when you're out there playing 5-on-5, I better see your best. And you're going to sit until I see it. I love it.
I love the articulation publicly of a goal. Always. I always believe that. I just believe that hopefully you understand that the goal you're going to articulate is attainable. He obviously believes this is attainable.
Sure. And it's funny, I can just draw the parallel between what Malcolm Jenkins said a little bit ago in regards to Carson Wentz. They gave him too much leeway and protected his ego. Meaning he was the star of the team, the franchise quarterback. Travis Konechny was your all-star last year.
Yes.
He was leading the team, and they didn't give him any leeway. They said, you're no different than the other 23 guys on this roster. You're not performing, so get your ass in gear. And look, maybe if they had benched Carson Wentz week 4 or 5, and he had that realization and he bounced back the next week, maybe guys in the locker room view things differently. It's all about accountability, and AV just held his bright young star accountable.
Guys are walking around naked.
Got to hold them accountable.
I love it. I love the accountability.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were shocked because he's, quote, the leading goal scorer, but he hasn't played well. How else do you send a message to a young player? I mean, you worry about a guy who's 23 years old, coming off a career year, smelling himself a little bit. You got to keep him in check. I mean, this isn't... Yeah, you got to keep him in check.
Okay. So his goaltender?
He didn't play last night. It was back-to-back. He sat him before.
But publicly, what were his comments about his goaltender, who has struggled more than Konechny?
I think the comments are when you sit him.
No, I think but wait. He verbalized, verbalizing things about sitting guys. To me, I'd be like, my goaltender needs to stop smelling himself.
And I don't know this. And I don't know why you can't stand Carter Hart so much.
It's not that. I'm just asking.
He hates him.
I know. No, I don't.
It's fine.
I said it's arrived.
Just come out with it. Say it with your chest.
It's guys that arrive.
No, okay.
When they've arrived, I will celebrate them when they've arrived.
I don't know the answer to this, but there's a possibility that he simply wasn't asked about Carter Hart because of the fact that he's not playing. He's
I'm not
just
talking
sitting
about last night. I'm
saying even when he was struggling, even before.
His
and I understand what you're saying.
comments on Carter Hart, as Carter Hart's been struggling, have been incredibly supportive. And even when he had a fifth grader's temper tantrum on the ice after a game.
No goalie's ever done that.
After a game?
Yeah, no goalie's ever done that.
Give me the guy who's done it.
Seriously?
Yes. Pat.
Dominic Hasek's done it. Eddie Belfour's done it.
After the game, a game's over.
Yeah, where you lose.
That has happened. You're telling me that is commonplace in the NHL. It's not. It's not.
It's not uncommon after a bad loss
for a
goalie to break his stick?
No, it's not uncommon for a goalie. I've seen goalies break their sticks after giving up a bad goal. I've seen them go
and
like that.
And that one ended the game. What's the difference? What does it matter?
It was a meltdown. It's a meltdown, but it does matter. It's professionalism.
No, it isn't.
It could lend to another part where AV's a really good coach. So you bring up a good point there, John. Why didn't he say anything about Carter Hart?
Yes.
Perhaps, and I don't know, but perhaps he knows that Carter Hart wouldn't react to it well. So doing this to TK, who's out there, here I am, boom, 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 boom. Okay, little man. We've all been there. Guys want to throw punches? Okay. You want to throw a punch? Come here. So maybe he did that with him.
I just once, and I understand, it's like Jimmy Johnson had it. I interviewed Jimmy Johnson once, and he said to me, I said, Jimmy, you have on Radio Row at a Super Bowl, you interviewed Jimmy Johnson.
It's a name drop. You did it.
And I literally said to him, I don't understand the not having consistent rules. And he said to me, he goes, you think that I was going to coach Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin the same way I was going to coach players 51 to 53 on my roster?
Yeah.
He goes, John, my team would beat your team every time.
Yeah. And maybe to that point as well, he knows that all of Carter Hart's woes right now, and I use that term lightly because it's a small sample size, is reflective of the poor 5-on-5 play and the poor defense in front of him. Maybe he knows it's all not Carter, and maybe Carter knows that. And if you bench him, then you really screw with his head.
I'm all in on AV. All in. because I see a lot of Keenanisms. I see a lot of it. He's a softer touch Keenan. Mm-hmm. He's a softer. He doesn't have the rough edges as much.
Well, that's a meld of the old school and new school, like a perfect mix.
I'll tell you this. I think the fact that he believes this team can win a Stanley Cup is bold and beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
I
awesome.
totally agree.
Love it. Hey, this report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $4. Have you been wronged by a bad breakfast? Get the breakfast you deserve with Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $4. Now on select breakfast sandwiches. Justice is served at participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Single item at regular price. That would be good. Wendy's at the Wendy's breakfast.
Yeah, we're going to have to load up on some food, after the show.
But the thing is, I don't have a fridge. So somehow I don't have a fridge.
Maybe Jamie will bring a cooler.
Somehow I don't have a fridge in my upgraded room. I don't have a fridge.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
It's the most bizarre thing ever.
You know what really irks me about hotels?
Good for you.
Part of why I hate staying in them.
Why?
Why don't you have a TV screen guide? Why the hell are we living in the Stone Ages?
Yeah, there's a guide.
There's a
Not
guide.
conveniently.
Push the button guide on my TV remote. Guide.
Really? I've never seen that in a hotel.
You would have last night if you stayed with us.
It does.
The Kincade suite, I guess, has the guide.
If you'd not been
They
there.
had somebody run up and tell them, Channel 3 right now.
Because there's the guide on Channel 1 where you can see the
right,
listing.
but you have to wait. That's
but
the
there's
only
no
one I got.
on-screen guide, and it drives me nuts.
Jamie, just have your guy show up, your butler.
So you
and
can't
read
channel
it.
surf easily.
Can you see when Jamie rolls up today?
If I roll
literally, there's going to... Excuse me? Sphincter say what? Okay,
What?
if there's a foot of snow, and I'm telling you this, we talked about this, will be right in there. If you miss this show because you don't make it in because of snow,
I'll make
I
it
will
in.
literally crush you incessantly forever.
Yeah, I
am
would
the
expect that.
I am the most relentless, just bang it.
Yeah.
Bang the drum.
Who was
Bang
waiting
the
for
drum.
you, all bush-eyed and
You were
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed
with
this morning,
nothing
huh?
from Wawa
Who
for
were?
us.
Oh, yeah, you were.
With nothing from Wawa for us.
That's fair.
By the way, whenever here's the term. Wawa equals text.
Every Wawa trip?
I would say, is this a
Not every,
no.
but
Okay, not in like if it's 70 degrees summer morning, no. If it is any kind of like inclement weather or something like this, Wawa equals text. You text your peers.
So this applies to all four of us.
Yes.
yeah, of
Absolutely.
course.
Absolutely. You better not roll in here with a Wawa bag.
All right.
You better not roll. Now, today I had to have stuff out of that. Now I have to throw away the yogurt that is in my, because I don't have a fridge.
It's already a fungus.
No,
Just eat it.
I put it in a bag of ice. And literally the guy who came to fix the fridge when he realized it wasn't a fridge said, "Oh, that's pretty ingenious of you." Putting a bag of ice in this thing. And I said, "Yeah, because I don't have a fridge." And literally, Bob is talking to him like he's his buddy.
Well, he had
Bob's
already...
talking to him like his buddy. I'm
Good
like,
cop, bad cop.
I'm like, get the hell out of my room. You
No.
didn't get me a fridge. They should have brought me a fridge.
Yeah, but he was already in my room earlier fixing my TV that didn't work when I got there.
They should have brought me a fridge. That's the answer
I
to that
feel like
equation.
running over to Target across the street and grabbing you one.
But because there's no way Joe Bell's let me, put in that receipt. Come on, let's be honest. Joe was going to take me out this morning. I thought the boss was coming in to take me out this morning on the Brett Brown on the Brett Brown love. Yes, he was feeling it for Brett Brown. He thought he was under attack.
Yeah,
thought he was under attack. I think that Joe was ready to come in here this morning. There was something pink in his pocket. It must have been from Breast Cancer Awareness Month or something.
You better hope it was.
But when I saw him reach for it, believe me, I was a little nervous. I got to tell you. The Fanatic Super Prop Bets Challenge gives you a chance to win $500. And you can go to 97.5thefanatic.com and you can get yourself registered for this fantastic contest anytime that you wish. I absolutely cannot wait for you to do that. So get involved. It's fun prop bets about the game, and it's also about the crew here at 97.5 The Fanatic. So it's a great chance for you to win $500. It doesn't cost you a thing to enter, and I want you to join. So since you're already going to the app all the time, or you may be streaming us through 97.5thefanatic.com, you may be doing that. Take some time, and you might win yourself $500.
Yeah.
It's a great deal. Great opportunity to win $500. Right?
And they're brought to us by our friends over at PropSwap.com, where you'll find the best odds in the country. It's America's marketplace to buy and sell sports tickets.
By the way, what enthusiasm you have on the PropSwap read when I hear it on the weekend.
I think it's a genius idea.
It's a genius idea.
It really is.
And it jumps through the radio to people, especially now with all the wagering we're doing.
Sure.
to like if you got 3 legs of a 14 parlay and things like that.
I sell more often than not because parlays in my life I've been burned on.
It's fun, man.
Way too often. So I chicken out.
Anthony and Andrew were talking about a guy who back in March put $10,000 on the Bucks to win the Super Bowl. And I think it pays out $600,000. And they were saying, "Do you sell that ticket?" And immediately I thought prop swap.
Yeah, I want to know what they're being offered.
Yeah,
because I'll tell you, I would take bird in the hand money.
Sure.
I can just tell you this. Pat Egan understands what people are really saying, even when they're talking, or at least he thinks he does. We're going to go inside the mind of Egan next. This is a dangerous, dark place. All coming up on the John Kincade Show. You are listening to 97.5 The Fanatic. Yep. Last night before the games, what did I do? I said, I want to put a little money down on the home teams. Home team basketball, home team hockey, and look what happened. I won both of my wagers. Why? The Parx Casino Sportsbook app gives me that convenience anytime that I wish. Thankfully, I missed wagering a little on my alma mater, Temple University. I may start having to bet against them, considering the performances. You see, Parx Casino Sportsbook app makes it easy for you. Easy deposits, great odds, and outstanding customer service. And you can get in the in-game wagering, too, which is absolutely fantastic. I love the convenience of the Parx Sportsbook app, but I also love the fact that Parx Casino is right up the street, so I know where to find them. If I have any kind of problems, I know the customer service is going to be A+. So do business with the home teams. This is shopping local at its best. See the website for terms and conditions on a risk-free bet up to $500. Download the app or go to parxcasino.com/PA. Use the promo code FANATIC. They're my guys. You got to be 21 and older in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, with football playoffs winding down, it's time to get started on your New Year's resolution of finally losing that extra COVID fat. Don't spend another year struggling, since it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's highly successful program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, and blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it off for the rest of your life. You're not sure if you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. You also get the doctor's personal email and phone number with locations close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. Don't want to leave your home? NJ Diet is also available with live online video consultations. Call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to NJDiet.com and lose the weight for good. That's NJDiet.com.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them. We all break them. That's why your small business needs more than resolutions. It needs solutions. And you can get them with Comcast Business. Whether you want to work more efficiently with fast, reliable internet and advanced Wi-Fi, make your business safer with powerful cybersecurity solutions, or stay productive with 24/7 support. We've got the solutions you need for your business to get there. So make this year's resolution better solutions. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get a powerful and reliable internet solution from Comcast Business starting at $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. Plus, get free installation when you order online. And for a limited time, ask how to upgrade and get a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Prepaid card offer ends 2/7/21. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business Internet and One Voice Mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation, taxes, and fees extra. Subject to change.
Donating blood saves lives. But did you know that donating plasma saves lives too? Plasma is used to treat life-threatening illnesses, including COVID. Plasma donors are needed immediately. And when you donate plasma at a local CSL Plasma Donation Center, you can earn up to $700 a month for doing a good deed. And they even have a new referral bonus program. And most people are eligible to donate, and it's easy to do. Just download the CSL Plasma app or go to cslplasma.com to find a donation center near you. That's cslplasma.com.
DSC. There are so many razors out there. How do you choose which one's right for you? Well, at Dollar Shave Club, we got you. With a 6-blade cartridge for daily shavers with short hair and a 4-blade cartridge for less frequent shavers with longer hair. Still confused? Well, we put both blades in one new starter box, so you can test drive both. Check out dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, and visit DSC at your nearest store. You've got questions, we got answers. Welcome to the club.
Now at a store near you.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard. For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to talk to an advisor today who's ready to help with all your small business needs. 877-ASK-DELL.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dealing with battery problems? We can help you out and get you ready for the colder weather ahead. Let's start with a free battery test. If you just need a free charge, we can help with that too. And if it's time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2019.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Buying some pretzel sticks?
Excuse me?
This is your wake-up call from TracFone Wireless.
Okay.
What if you didn't eat all those pretzel sticks by the end of the month, so this store took them back?
Good luck.
That's how some wireless companies are with your data, but TracFone Wireless gives you unlimited carryover data with active service, so you keep what you pay for. Plans start at $20 a month.
Wow, that's cool.
Sir, are you bothering the customers?
Yeah, hang on. This is your wake-up call, people. TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control. Available at major retailers. See terms and conditions at TracFone.com.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia is headed to the heart of the Stadium District, offering thousands of slots, 120-plus table games, delicious dining such as the Prime Rib, and sports and social at the FanDuel Sportsbook and Lounge, over 200 luxury rooms designed to unwind, and 5-star accommodations. Opening February 11th at 8 p.m. with safety precautions in place. Visit LiveCasinoHotelPhilly.com for more details. Must be 21. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let me tell you about Steven Singer. So I come back to Philadelphia. I come home, and Steven Singer was kind enough to say, I want to be part of the John Kincade Show from the beginning. Well, I didn't realize it would be this exhausting. The man's very demanding. He's got lots of rules about what needs to be done. But then my wife goes to the website, IHateStevenSinger.com, and she says, John, cozy up to this guy. I realize he sounds insufferable, but cozy up to him. Did you see these prices? You're going to be able to hook me up every single holiday, every single gift-giving day. And guys, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So I'm willing to put up with a little personal pain. Literally, I feel like I have to cater to a client like no other. But you know what? At these prices, and if I can be saving money, like on these real 24-karat gold preserved roses dipped in gold to last a lifetime, I may put up with it. I can tell you this. I love the advertisers on the John Kincade Show. Steven Singer's going to wear me out. So here's what I want you to do. Go to his website and wear him out. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com and get these cheap prices. I mean, this is incredible. Great gifts at these fantastic pricing. You can tell them that John Kincade sent you and everything I said about him.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yes, I'm a seasoned broadcaster, but I've also got a fine head of hair.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hopefully everybody is surviving the nor'easter of 2021 John Kincade shows. We begin February. It is 2121 today. I'm a numbers freak. 2121 today.
Oh, that excites you. Like you woke up this morning, you were like,
2121. No, I'm always excited when you can tell me I'm going to be moving out of winter. I will be excited for that. So every date that gets us closer to more daylight, which is something that absolutely affects me in a big way.
Yeah, that's awful. I hate the hour less.
Right, I want more daylight. So as much
part of you doesn't like the snow?
No, I'm
being away from it for so long. It's kind of got to be refreshing.
I enjoy snow. I don't enjoy being out of my routine.
Okay.
I love snow, but like being in a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Those type of things.
Yeah.
It's part of being out of my routine because I'm a I'm literally the most routine person in the world. A serial killer could knock me off in a second. They would know. They'd stalk me for 2 days and go, okay, he does this at this time all the time. He walks through the door at this time.
Yeah.
It'd be really simple. So
is that why you kicked us out of your room last night at a certain time, saying, "All right, guys,
by the way,
time to go"?
Yeah, what happened? You said you ended up watching the game.
I never said that.
Yeah, he did. Wait,
what happened here?
Don't put slander on the man's name.
I never said that. And honestly, I didn't bring it up. I was going to bring it up though, but let's lay it on the table right now.
I was kidding.
Wait.
Bob,
I gotta hit something. Wait. I gotta hit something.
All
right. Give me a second.
Oh, let's air out our dirty laundry.
Go ahead.
Bob and Connor leave the room. And I hear this morning that then you guys went and watched the third period?
They had an after party.
So I went and watched the third period by myself.
You got under the covers. It was getting a little weird.
I did not
he got under the covers.
I did not get under.
Once he got under the covers, we were like, okay, I guess
I never got under the covers.
John, you took your pants off and asked Connor if he wanted a massage.
I did not get under the covers ever. I did not get undressed. I laid on the bed. I was watching and I watched the third period fully dressed by myself.
We were giving you comfortable time to yourself. We didn't want to overstay our welcome. Now, the weirdest part of it all was...
No, but you wanted to cozy up together.
No, we were walking out, and Connor got there late, and we walked out, and I said, I'm going to watch the rest of the game in my room if you want a beer or something. And he's like, okay. So we just started talking, and we watched the rest of the game there. But the weirder part is this.
Best friends. Yep.
I'm glad. Cozy up together.
The stranger part is this. And
boat.
Jamie, you'll appreciate this.
This is a really good advertisement for me to go home again tonight.
So me...
Don't bring pants, Jamie.
Me, Connor, and Egan all walk out of your room together. All of a sudden, Egan's gone.
Oh, he's a sketch.
He's so sketchy. So, we're like, where'd Egan go? I don't know. I guess he just...
was smelling vapor.
Plus, the weird thing is, he said he was on another floor, not your floor, so where could he have disappeared to? Because we went right to the elevator. He's sketchy. Watch out for him.
You don't need to know where I went.
Dumping bodies in the reservoir.
Yeah, exactly.
Right outside my room, there's a stairwell.
Oh.
Bob,
that's weird, too.
Or
you're
another...
Wait, so Bob, you want me to walk all the way down to the elevator?
No, you do what you want.
Take the elevator one floor up, and then walk all the way down to my room.
You know what was better, though, is King Bob. So
King Bob, you're the one with a suite.
Bob puts together all the food, gets it all wrapped up thing, and they're getting ready to leave my room, and he says to Connor, "Can you hold all this?" And he proceeds to hand Connor all the food. The thing, as Bob walks triumphantly down the hallway, and Connor follows him carrying the food.
Well,
that's kind of not true, but
no, it is. You said to him,
"Did Connor pay?"
He goes, "Can you hold all this?"
Did you pay?
No, I paid.
No, John paid.
I
paid
last night.
Oh, well, then I was going to say, if you paid and gave it to him, like, I see that.
I said there was no issue on that.
I buy, you fly type of thing?
Yeah. And Pat said, thank you for that.
No, I forgot. I realized it this morning that I never thanked him for the food.
It's all right. I don't need to be thanked.
Really? We all thanked you.
I don't think I thanked him for the food.
I don't think you can thank him, but it's fine. Rude. It doesn't matter, though.
I was raised better than that.
You were raised better than that. But Pat, let's get a little deeper into your psyche.
Oh, God.
Yeah, let's get on the couch here.
Tell us about Matt Stafford.
Yeah, I found it interesting that Matt Stafford was not only traded this week, because that came on pretty quick.
And fast.
2 weeks ago we heard that they need marriage counseling, and then all of a sudden he's gone and for a haul. But Matt Stafford and the Detroit Lions are working on a deal to get Matt to another location. And he told the Detroit Lions, I will go anywhere except one team, the New England Patriots.
I loved it.
And it was shocking because the New England Patriots were thought of for the longest time as the gold standard. Sorry, Jeffrey Lurie, but they were the place that the players wanted to go because you could win a ring. Randy Moss wanted to go there. Old aging veterans wanted to go there. Brandon Cooks was another guy. So if you wanted to get a ring, you would go there, and hopefully you would end up getting one. Junior Seau did the same thing. But Matt Stafford said, yeah, I'll go anywhere but there. Now, a lot of fans speculate that it had to do with the fact that Matt Patricia went back to New England.
Yes, exactly.
And that makes perfect sense because if there's anything, we think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, the Patriots assistants have a sense of arrogance. You want to talk about they think they've arrived? They think they've arrived before they actually do. And a lot of times they just run back to daddy. And it seems like this time it backfired with Stafford saying thanks but no thanks. And then I started to wonder, has the lure of New England, is it all but gone? Because
I think the lure is Brady.
And then that's my point. It was the allure of playing for Belichick and the fact that he can get you a ring. Is that washed away? Is he never going to get a ring? Is it gone by the wayside?
Well, what I'm thinking more now is it's the lure has always been to play with Tom Brady. I've always thought that was the bigger lure. Play with Brady, not play for Belichick.
Yeah. I think playing with Brady, your punishment is that Belichick is your coach.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, the reward is playing with Brady, but I have to play for him.
I always thought that, and maybe it's incorrect.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's the Matt Patricia thing. Like that would make sense, but I think the vibe among the players in the league. Lane Johnson said it himself here, and probably took some guff for it because of how it looks now in hindsight. But the word around the players must be it's not very fun to play there.
Correct.
Like Tom Brady covers up that with winning, but if Brady's not there, would you really want to go somewhere?
Yeah. Well, but before this season, there was the chicken and the egg debate about who is really the
that debate's over now.
The debate's over, and that's my point. Is this guy's looked at as the greatest coach of all time for obvious reasons, but now you've got a player at a high caliber position who's playing at a high level, still kind of saying, "Yeah, I don't want to go there." At all.
Did you like Lane saying that?
At the time, yeah. I still don't mind it. Like, if you believe it, say it with chest, as Kevin Hart says. I didn't mind.
Great. You know what's fun? Sustained winning.
Yeah, I would much prefer that. But, as it's been shown, you kind of need a Tom Brady to do that.
Yeah, you can.
Unless you have a concrete franchise quarterback, there's no sustained winning in the NFL.
And look, at the time, anybody could have said anything on that Eagles team, and we would have been like, yeah! You're the best.
Exactly.
But yeah, when he said it, I was kind of like,
then you might regret that one.
Really?
Hey, our friends from Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers, visit paworkinjury.com. In the linchpin, Jamie Lynch is in a fighting mood.
This is the linchpin.
So I got to give Barstool Sports credit for this subject, but it had me thinking for way too long. They posed the question, if you could fight anyone from a TV series all time.
Wow.
And look, for the purposes of this fun conversation, we're not actually talking about fist fighting someone. Women and children are on the table. So what character? We're not actually going to fight women and children, but it's fun to dissect. I couldn't get off of Skylar White. Like if I could fist fight one character from a TV show ever, I would lay one across Skylar White. Who you guys got?
So I got one that came to my head right away, and it's also a woman.
Really?
Oh, my God. I could not. And you have to give props to these actors and actresses for making you hate them so much. But Janice from The Sopranos,
it's a great one.
I could not stand. And
you think you could take her? She had a boob tattoo. That usually means you're tough.
It was a Rolling Stones too, right?
Rolling Stones.
Yeah. Could I take her? Yeah.
If she got you down on the ground and sat on you, you're toast.
Nah.
I don't think Bob's fighting that off.
Yeah.
I don't think he is. I got to be honest with you.
I will get to like beating up men for a second. I will go with Ziggy from season 2 of The Wire.
That's a good one.
Oh.
Not only do I think
really
that guy's a
one.
brutal actor, but I thought the character was so insufferably annoying that I want to physically assault him.
Wow, that is a very good one.
That is one? All solid so far.
I got to tell you that I'm very, very torn. Diane from Cheers.
Oh.
Cannot stand.
There was a
Diane.
Is
from
Diane
Cheers.
the one that changed actresses?
Shelley Long.
And then
then they got rid of her character.
Kirstie Alley was a new character. Okay.
Shelley Long. Diane on Cheers, maybe one of the most annoying characters.
It's a good one
ever. Really, really annoying. Unlike Lilith Crane.
Oh,
I love Lilith.
Wait, you hate Lilith?
No, I love Lilith.
Oh, really?
Lilith can come and ask me to lay down on the couch anytime she wants.
Really?
The cool thing about Cheers with her, so she was an uptight psychiatrist and her hair was always pulled back.
Dr. Stern and Crane.
And then like once every 20 episodes, she would have to go somewhere and like her hair would be down and you'd be like, whoa.
She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
And she's
in Blue Bloods now.
And her character was, and her character was absolutely, she was like robotic and I'm very uptight woman. Yeah. And then she just let
the hair down.
Oh, yeah. They get into a very famous scene. Her and Frasier get into they're on a panel discussion on television where they're anti each other, against each other. And they're rubbing their foot up and down each other's legs.
Psychiatry talk gets them all randy.
Great.
Can I add one more?
Yes.
Ross from Friends.
Oh, Ross.
That's a great one.
You could do any of the Ross characters pretty much.
Ross is...
I could actually fight that entire crew.
Could you be more annoying?
John, I think you have an Anthony Gargano looking perplexed at you.
I've seen that at the Philadelphia Zoo, that same look to the class. What's he looking perplexed?
I don't think he likes your Cheers
Diane?
answer.
He likes Diane from Cheers?
I don't think he likes the subject.
I wouldn't want that on there at all times.
I got you.
He doesn't like that subject?
We're not talking about fighting women. We're fighting characters.
Women. We're fighting a character.
Yeah. Skylar White sucked.
There you go. Skylar White did suck.
I actually didn't mind her.
Really?
Oh, you would.
Look, I understood her position.
You would.
I'm not the biggest. I'm not a Skylar White fan. I'm just saying I understood her position.
Sounds like you run the Skylar White Facebook fan club.
So I have a Skylar White fathead in my hotel room. Whatever.
The Liz on the blacklist right now is truly.
Is that James Spader show?
James Spader show.
I've heard that's good.
Yeah. And I already know the ending of the show because my wife figured it out 2 seasons ago. But it seems like nobody else has. So I don't want to ruin it for people. But they're going to figure it out.
I just thought of another one. And as soon as we started talking about this conversation, the kid from Stranger Things that doesn't have.
Did not watch.
It's great.
Who's the kid without the bones in his neck? You know what I'm talking about?
The kid without the bones in his neck.
Without the teeth.
Yeah.
I forget his name. I want to fight that kid. He's so
annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. So
there's somebody out there screaming at their radio right now giving me the answer, but
is his name Dustin in the
Dustin,
show?
Yeah. Dustin from Stranger Things needs to get it. Right in the suck hole.
I do get a little concerned with great gets thrown around on TV series a little too much.
Stranger Things is uniquely great.
Uniquely great.
It's unlike most television you've seen. It's a nostalgic 80s. If you like the 80s,
sure, I love the 80s,
and kind of have like a horror, sci-fi, I guess more.
I do.
Gene in you.
I do.
This is a good marriage of a show for you. It's very cool.
I'm surprised you haven't watched it.
No,
honestly,
have not seen.
Neither have I.
Have not seen.
I think you would both actually like it.
I'm not surprised Bob hasn't watched it, but
I do find though with that a lot of shows, I think great gets tossed around.
This one I would say qualifies.
Well, and I think if you had watched it in real time, like I think at this point it might be a little overrated where you're going to go in with high expectations and go, eh.
See, I'm not like that. I'm not one of those people that will go into it looking to poo-poo on.
But, I mean, it's set in the 80s, so it's...
So I would like that. So it sounds like it's in the wheelhouse that I would really
Yeah,
enjoy.
I mean, last season they introduced the lore of the mall. Hanging out at the mall, getting jobs at the mall, so I think
it's a child cast, so it's like you have to look at it through that prism.
Sure.
So it's,
Prism.
Not the TV network.
Look at it through the prism.
Yeah, not the nudies late at night.
The Flyers.
No, what was it? What was it?
It was a TV network.
What's the name?
Now?
Bob should know.
NBC Sports Philadelphia?
No, but what's the name Prism? What does it mean?
Variation of colors.
You're breaking my brain.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Regional in-home sports and movies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Prism was, and then they had the rainbow.
Can we get it back?
And Prism was fantastic. And I interned for Larry Rosen and Mark Zumoff and Kenny Adelberger back in the day there at Prism, room 10 at the old Spectrum. And they were always so kind. Zumoff, one of the, what's the, Mensch.
Yeah, there you go.
He's a mensch.
Yeah.
Carries a timely deuce.
Yes. Occasionally there was a bathroom right down from room 10. I think that was room 14 where you got to do that
God,
too.
the Spectrum was so cramped.
Oh my gosh, it was cramped.
It was,
that building was, and I'll tell you, it shook. It shook.
Oh, yeah.
My first concert was at the Spectrum.
Which one?
It was me and my dad took me to go see AC/DC back in 2000, I want to say.
How old were you when your dad took you to see AC/DC?
10. 10, yeah.
It was around the same time you hated Joe Kerrigan.
They were my favorite band.
Little young to be going
I had
to.
a reason to hate Joe Kerrigan. He was a bad
little
kicking
young to
coach.
be taking your kid to an AC/DC concert. 10?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, they were
10 or 11.
I'm not judging on the AC/DC.
No,
I think
really,
that's fine. I mean,
yeah,
I'm fine with that.
it really ruined me.
I can tell you though that building shook like no other.
Oh yeah.
Our office, the Flyers coach's office, was underneath the stands, right that ramp where the Flyers would come out. The Flyers coach's office was underneath. The stands are sort of at a triangle, so that's where the office was. When Brian Propp scored Game 6 of the 87 finals, we thought the room shook. Like the entire room was shaking. It was cement walls, cement. Everything was shaking. Yeah. And then when J.J. Daigneault scored, in like a minute and a half later, it was mayhem. That building was shaking like there was an earthquake. And all I could think of is I will not give the person's name because it was the most horrifying thing they've ever done in their lives. That day, I got called and saying, is there any way you can get tickets for anybody for the game? And I said, are you kidding me? It's Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. No, I can't. And then someone from the ticket office said to me, no, there is one way. There is 2 spots for wheelchair access. And I know someone who has turned out to be a very upstanding citizen. They went to a place called Taylor Rental in Newtown Square.
Oh, boy.
Rented a wheelchair.
That's bad cricket.
And one person went in the wheelchair and one person pushed. And they saw Game 6.
That's bad.
And when J.J. Daigneault scored, he jumped sort of out of the seat.
That's bad cricket.
And I said, that's bad karma. And I said, some point, no bad karma has come to this person. As far as I know, because I know where they are today and I know how their life is gone. And I think they've probably made amends. But there were 2 spots open. And believe me, I said I
couldn't do it.
There's bad juju there.
Are you still friends with them?
Yeah, not. I might have cut off the friendship. But I know. Yeah, I know. I was sort of inadvertently the one that helped them do it by accident, like just saying, "Oh, well, where there is," and they were like, "Ah." And I couldn't.
I'd have kept that to myself.
I said, "Don't do that."
Well, you're not expecting your buddy to go to those lengths.
Well, no, I said my answer was no. I was just told there's only 2 wheelchair spots is all they have open in the entire building.
Yes, that's not your fault.
Well, I was the one who supplied the information.
Exactly.
But it's not your fault. You're not
get the ticket?
You're not expecting your friend to go to those
then they call
lengths.
the ticket office and go, is there any chance? I said, we got somebody in a wheelchair.
And
that's bad. That's
you're
bad.
an accomplice.
That's bad. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I didn't know. I knew they went and did it. But I got to turn them. I was going to go up and turn them in?
No, you should have just kept the information to yourself.
No,
I disagree.
I said it off the top of my head. I said, no, I can't help you. I was just told the only spots they've got are 2 wheelchairs.
Who's going to expect that guy to go to a rental place?
Nobody would expect somebody to do that, and I couldn't believe that they did it. I mean, it's just awful. Now, what is awful is your chance to, not awful, is your chance to win $500 at the top of the hour with Anthony Gargano. He will have a new word for you in the FU money giveaway. And he's going to have one at 10, and he's going to have one at noon today also. So Anthony got here. We worked his way here. Now, Coach was out building snow forts yesterday with his son, so he did not come and stay at the hotel with us.
No,
he chose not to. Coach, did you? We got on Jamie for being antisocial.
Yeah, where's Coach in this?
Now, we would have loved Cam's welcome to hang with us at any time. In fact, I'm thinking Cam might even be more fun to hang out with. I'm just saying. He may be more fun to hang out with. Cam looks like a fun kid.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. Coach is not fun.
Coach is a little more regimented. You could have brought Cam to a hotel and hung out with us, right? I mean,
he's not hanging out with you guys.
Yeah,
no way.
You tell me.
There's no way.
Really?
Yeah.
He would not hang out with us. He would not think we were cool
enough. He wants to beat up Pat Egan.
He does.
See, now this is the strangest thing in the world because my daughter is absolutely obsessed with Pat Egan. And she thinks Pat Egan is so funny, and she wants to hang out with Egan, and she cannot wait. She's coming to visit in a couple weeks.
Has she actually met a funny person?
She cannot wait, and she said, Pat better be there when I visit. Pat better be there. I've got to meet Pat.
Well, so here's the thing. So we talked about punchable people on TV shows and whatnot, and Cam's punchable person is me.
Really?
Yeah, because you can watch the show on YouTube, obviously. So
he can.
Thinks I'm a TV character, and he wants to punch me right in the face.
I get it.
Repeatedly.
I get it.
So, Coach, you're going home, and you're not going to bring Cam back. I want you to know. Yeah. I want Cam to know that the opportunity is that we've said we would love to have him hang out with the John Kincade Show crew, and I want his answer tomorrow. What he says when you tell him that.
The D Train can babysit.
It'd be fun. We could hang out with Cam.
Get some York peppermint patties.
We could hang out with Cam, and we'd have a good time.
This kid looks at the weather forecast during the winter for snow because all he cares about is building snow forts. That's all he cares about.
See that? There you go.
He'll be a structural engineer.
Good man. Not much better as a kid than a snow day.
By the way, the pictures that you sent were awesome.
By the way, do they have any snow? Do they have any snow days anymore? The kids didn't have a snow day.
My wife's a teacher, and they don't get a snow day because it's virtual, which sucks.
What was your school closing number to end out the show?
551 in grammar school, and then 558 in high school.
454 in grade school. 459 in high school.
How old do you guys remember this?
Because it was
they called it when we were.
We would literally have to sit by the radio.
So would I, but I don't remember.
By the way, WPEN.
Kidding me?
WPEN. You'd have to listen. And you'd have to it was one of the schools, and you'd listen, and they'd play music underneath it.
Oh, I remember.
And
I have no recollection of my numbers.
Ken
Garland. I was just trying to think of his name.
Snowfall Philharmonic.
Yes. And now in Camden County.
Wait for your number, and you were so excited. Now we go to Camden County.
Yeah. Oh.
Thanks for joining the John Kincade Show today. Anthony Gargano's got a hell of a show planned. I've seen the show sheet. It's going to be awesome. You're not going to want to miss a minute of it. For Pat Egan, for the coach, Eric Camille, for Jamie Lynch, for Bob Cooney, I'm John Kincade. Be safe out there on the roadways and be back with us tomorrow morning at 6 right here on the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Remember the old you? Remember the guy who wasn't the weekend warrior because you used to be nimble, used to be much stronger? Well, guess what? We all age. But we don't have to put up with finicky hips and bad knees and shoulders that don't do what shoulders are supposed to do. My friends at Rothman Orthopedics are here to get you back to being you. Our entire family has required orthopedic care in the last 3 years. And one of the things that my wife said to me was, we've got to find somebody that is on call, that is ready if we have those issues again. And I knew Rothman Orthopedics with 50 years of experience here in the Philadelphia area. They combine minimally invasive techniques and insights from working on top athletes. They provide the most advanced orthopedic care possible. It's how Rothman Orthopedics has become the leading practice in the Delaware Valley, and they're a team that you can trust to get past the pain. Now, for some of us, it's just not pain when we exert ourselves. For some of us, it's daily pain and agony you deal with at work. Same-day appointments are available. Make the start today to the new you. Go to RothmanOrtho.com. That's RothmanOrtho.com.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.